So, we have 2 things to do tonight on our big old docket of things to do in Snake Eyes. By the way, welcome to Snake Eyes.
Welcome to Snake Eyes.
The D&D campaign with 1 DM, 1 player, and 5 characters. And the player changes characters as we go through, right? So, you're never playing the same character in a row, really, and you're never playing more than 1 character at a time. That's the other important thing. That the other characters are all NPCs to that character while they're active, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we left off at a strange point because we technically didn't finish Lavi's act. So we are going to be picking back up with Lavi, and this is something that is sort of unusual for the campaign. It's the first time we've ever done this. So we left Lavi off where she and Jupp were traveling south on the back of a caravan because it was going to be safer to travel across an area known as the Fallow Plains, which is this large stretch of space between Vil and the Free States, specifically the trade city of Zareth, which is where the trade caravan is bound for. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
there was spooning.
There was spooning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh, those 2.
You're gonna break my heart, aren't you? You're gonna
What
do
about?
it. I don't know if it's gonna be with Grow or if it's gonna be with Jupp.
No, okay. It does. I mean, look. If I'm gonna break your heart, I would rather break it in Snake Eyes
Yeah.
because I feel like you have much more invested in Soul than you do in Lavi.
I have a lot of investment in Soul as just being my first character and the one closest to me as a person.
Right.
Soul is me living out the teenage years that I wasn't able to live out because I
It's your
was so
therapy.
grounded so often without
Yeah.
actually being that bad of a child.
No, and this is your chance to kind of experience that teenage rebellion in a safe way.
I have done so many bad things. I am the worst teenager.
Yeah, but that's a different game.
That is a different game.
So, the caravan is traveling southeast, roughly, along a road going from Vil to the free city of Zareth. The days pass pretty easily, I'll say that. It's kind of boring sitting on the back of a carriage, but Jupp and Lavi managed to spend the time together talking and maybe like goading Jupp into more flight lessons.
Oh yeah, for sure. Lavi would totally do that. They kind of, I believe it's a bit of a Schadenfreude thing, where they kind of like seeing him squirm a little. But they also think that if he gets used to it, that's a new self-confidence that he could gain in himself. So Lavi's doing it, 1, because it's fun, and 2, because they're actually just trying to help their friend out.
Of course. All right. So the days pass relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and push the Pae'dor map. And on your way, you get to about here.
Oh god, that's... We're in Ogre Land! I'm ready to get Shrek'd, bitches! Bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
All right.
Alright.
So you guys get to about that point, and it's a few days later, probably actually closer to a week later. And as you get to that point along the road, you guys stop to make camp like you typically do. When the caravan stops for the night, they circle the wagons, they set up some tents in the middle of the wagons, like inside the circle, and they go to sleep, right? The guards go on shift, and everyone else tries to get some sleep, and the caravan only stops for just about 7 hours a day.
Ugh.
Okay? Yeah, they don't run this with, like, long resting.
I mean, it's slow enough to where that probably actually makes Lavi happy.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, we're on the road at least. Like, we're going.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, and this wagon train is big enough that it would seem like it would move pretty slowly, but this particular merchant company seems to have their shit together about speed.
That's good.
So they're actually pretty competent when it comes to moving. So you can appreciate the speed at which they travel.
Alright, yeah, that probably makes Lavi feel really comfortable then.
So it is this particular night, and Jupp is going to, once again probably drown the 2 of you's boredom in potions of the alcoholic nature.
Oh boy!
Probably experimenting with various flavors he can create. So I'll let you go ahead and pick a fruit.
A fruit.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
What
probably
time of
a game
year is
he's
it?
been-
Is it spring?
Let's say it's spring. So he'll probably play a game with Lavi where he has Lavi choose a fruit and then he attempts to
Make
recreate
it taste like it?
Yes.
Aw, that's so sweet. Literally.
I mean, something to pass the time, right?
Yeah, it's a cute little game that they now have done for several nights.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Strawberry.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna take a dash of this and then a pinch of that. And if I crush this in real fine, and then just kind of sift it in here just a little bit, and then shake this real hard. He pops a cork onto it, and it sort of fizzes and fizzes and fizzes, and then it fizzes so much that the cork pops back out. He's like, there, that's about got it. Here you go. He hands it to you, and it's turned kind of a purplish color.
Thank you very much, Jupp. And Lavi will take it.
It's my pleasure.
Well, it's very fun watching you do this now. I imagine as it's been several days, at first Lavi didn't really pay attention to what he's doing, and now they like sit fascinated every time at this point, where it's like an exciting thing to look at.
Don't keep me in suspense. How's it taste?
All right. And Lavi drinks it. Does it taste like strawberries?
I mean, again, I think that I'll let you make that call. What do you think?
I like to imagine that it tastes closer to a candy version of strawberries. Because strawberries actually in itself really doesn't have that much flavor in my opinion. So in order to enhance it, I think it would taste like strawberry, but a bit more sugary maybe?
Right. Okay. Well, you hit him with that truth then.
Oh yeah? Am I gonna look like an asshole?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay. It kind of does, but it's almost better.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost better than a strawberry. It's very sweet.
He takes what's left of the vial and takes a sip of it himself.
I like it.
I think I'm going to call that a failure, because I don't think I hit strawberry on the mark, but...
Well, I prefer this, I think.
I'll have to remember this one. What do you want to call it? Wait, I know. It's like a strawberry, but sweeter. I'm going to call it a Lavi.
Uh-huh.
Because it's red, but sweeter than a strawberry. You know what?
Actually, it was purple.
Never mind. Well, I meant a straw. You know what? It's fine. We'll call it a purple fruit.
Well, I like it.
Well, good.
Can I have more?
He gives you a smile and starts cooking up a larger batch.
Yay! Clapping wings together.
A habit I'm guessing you picked up from traveling around with people for this long.
Watching humans clap, Lavia's come to learn how to clap with the end, like the elbow. No, not exactly the elbow, but
no, it would be sort of akin to hands. It's just you have to figure that you have really long fingers, kind of.
Oh, okay. So.
And then they sweep back.
Clapping my wrists together.
It'd be kind of like clapping the sides of your hands together. Kinda, the way to look at it.
I'm gesturing this, and no one can see me. I feel
exactly.
like an idiot.
I'm doing the exact same thing at my desk. So this is why in-person games are important.
I understand. Maybe one day, if I didn't feel like being in my pajamas and, not in makeup, I would actually do, like, a visual of me. But I like being in my PJs and not wearing makeup.
Hey, I understand, and I would not enforce such beauteous standards upon you.
Thank you.
So he will make a much larger batch of this stuff.
Yay!
This purple strawberry tasting potion. And he mixes up enough of it that he pours it into 2 smaller decanters, hands one to you, and then clicks the other one into it. Bombs up.
Indeed. Cheers. That's the correct way to do it, right?
Of course.
Okay.
So he does that, and then he's going to make a fortitude save, because as many of Jupp's potions, in fact, all of Jupp's potions...
They're very strong. Very
alcoholic. Yeah, the guy is a weird alchemist in that respect.
Do I need to make a fortitude save?
Yes, please.
Different show. Oh, I nat one. 6.
Oh, damn. Well, apparently between this and the last little half vial you drank, it's hit you hard.
Oof. It's yummy.
Lavi, all your feathers they're all fuzzed up.
No, they're not. Don't make fun of me. I'll claw you.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying He moves his hand over and starts like heading the top of your head to get your hair back into a reasonable style. You get all fuzzy.
That happens to harpies. I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of happens more to me, which is annoying. I don't know why. Mama said I had a bit of a short fuse once, which at the time I got mad at. But I thought it was rude for her to say when I was already upset.
Well, I just figured all harpies were like you.
Mm-mm.
You saying all the other ones are like more understanding and patient?
You hush up. I'm very understanding. I don't know about patient, but I'm very understanding at least. And Pidge is the most calm and wonderful and most level-headed harpy I ever known. She wouldn't get just angry. She'd probably get sad, actually. She's very sensitive.
Well, I can't wait to meet this sister of yours, because she sounds real nice.
You're gonna love her. She is just perfect in every sense.
All right. I believe you.
Good. It's nice to hear someone finally believing me.
Hey, Lavi.
Yeah, what's up, Jupp?
That rhymed.
You rhyme. What?
Do you ever think about like love?
I think I did. Well, I used to. I haven't really recently. I mean,
Yeah.
notably, I've been very busy, you know.
Yeah.
But
You have a quest.
Lavi raises their eyebrow at him. Huh?
Yeah, you're on a quest. You're trying to find your sister.
Yeah, well, anyone would do that for their sister.
Well, sure, but it doesn't make it not a quest.
I mean, this is more your world for that kind of stuff, so I'll take your word for it, Jupp.
Well, good. I'm
But
glad. You can have it. You can have my word.
thank you. It's delicious. No. I'm just filled with words. But to answer your question, I used to, or at least it's very normal in my culture to think about love. A lot of people just pair up over time, you know, and
Yeah.
harpies will go on dates and they'll come back a pair, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. I assume it's normal here too, like that, you know?
It sounds about normal.
But
Did you ever meet somebody that felt that way about? Someone that you wanted to take out on a date?
I think I did once. It was a long time ago.
Ooh.
Well, like 5 years probably.
Is there a story? I'd like to hear it.
Well, she was cute. She was a falcon. I thought she was really sweet and pretty understanding. And, even Pitch kind of liked her in the beginning, which I thought was a good sign at the time. You know, not a lot of people, no one treated Pitch right. So
I'm sorry. That must have been hard.
it just proves to me how awful other people are normally. But she was so fast when she flew. And don't get me wrong, I'm very fast, but she was very impressive. And, like I said, she was nice to Pitch, so I thought maybe, she might be the one or something.
What happened?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're okay talking about it.
Yeah, it's just one of those, fears that you have in the back of your head where you think, oh, no, that could never happen. But it's, one of your biggest fears, so it always is kind of there in the back of your head. Does that make sense? I think I drank too much. I'm trying my best here. But I overheard her talking to some others who apparently made a bet.
Yeah?
To woo me, in a way.
Oh, no.
And she had some choice words about Pidge. I assume she was bragging to the other girls. And
That's horrible.
she's the only one I've ever really been close enough to dating, I guess. I've never dated anyone.
Real sorry. All of that. That sounds awful.
So, Jupp is fine. It proved to me that people aren't worth my time unless they actually treat my sister right. And it has to be truthful. It can't just be like, oh, I like you, so I'll treat you sis nice in front of you, but be terrible when you're not around. So it proves
Make a
to me...
perception check, please.
Oh, okay. It's Lavi's best skill, obviously.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, that's not bad. 13?
13. Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Damn! Okay. Oh no, now I'm super curious as a player, though.
Lavi, that sounds terrible. I want... He like, looks at you and he puts a hand on your shoulder. I want you to know that not everybody's like that.
Oh, probably not. I just assume most harpies are at this point.
He kind of stops and considers that and sort of shrugs a little bit. Maybe. You're the only one I ever met, and well, you seem like a real nice person.
Jupp, how much have I yelled at you, like, on this trip?
I mean, no more than I deserve.
Well, you did deserve it. Anyways.
See? That's what I was saying.
It's just, love isn't probably for me. That's kind of what I've decided over time, I think. It's just, I'd rather just make a good life for my sis and just be happy with that.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
Do you have a sibling?
No, not about sister or anything. It's just, I just don't think that love is for me. I ain't never met somebody that felt any kind of spark for, so
Really?
I just figured that...
Not even Priscilla?
No, not even Priscilla.
Not even Priscilla. Oh, that's right. You did break her heart, though.
Yeah, and I got messy, but look, I ain't never had anybody special before, and I reckon I may not ever, and well, that's something I'm just gonna have to live with.
But how will we make our deal work?
I mean, I ain't gonna refuse it if it comes my way, I guess, but I just feel like it's not in the cards, you know?
Well, I think the world's missing out. Because you're really great, Jupp.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
I do. You are the nicest human I know.
Ain't I the only human you know?
We have met humans on the way. There's like half of this caravan.
You don't know any... Alright.
I have met them.
True.
I said met.
Okay.
I win.
Okay. I thought you said no. Look, it's fine.
Same thing. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. You got it.
Well, personally, the world's probably missing out on you. But I'm at least glad you're with me. You're super fun.
Juppa's gonna, look at you for a second and then pull you into a hug.
Oh, is this like the spooning?
It's a hug, Lavi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Do you want... Lavi's slowly, figuring out how to, put their wings on his back in a similar manner. Is this right?
Make another perception check, please.
Okay. God damn it! It's a nat 1!
No, yeah.
With no bonus! Oh.
Yep, no bonus in that one.
Lavi! Why?
Thank you for being good.
You're welcome.
He lets go of the hug and, lays down in the back of the wagon. I assume you guys were sitting in the wagon this whole time.
Yeah, probably.
So he just sort of lays down.
Joe?
Yeah?
You're a little melancholy today. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I'm just,
Are you sad that you gave up looking for love?
I mean, a little bit, I guess.
Well, then don't give up. Come on, there's gotta be someone out there.
Maybe.
And I just took you out of your place that you apparently never left.
Maybe I'll meet somebody in Zareth.
Exactly.
You're right.
There's so many people in this world.
True. Gotta get out there and see them.
Lavi's kind of sitting... I assume Lavi kind of sits on their knees when they're sitting so that their talons can be out behind them.
Okay.
And they're just looking down at Jupp, head cocked to the side, kind of similar to a bird would do, you know?
Yeah.
Just smiling at him.
What?
You just... I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove to you that someone could love you. I'm gonna do it.
Alright. Good luck.
Good luck!
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to your best friend here.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody... People hear my voice, people see what I do, and they're like, ew, that's one of them swamp men. He mixes up mud water.
Well, you don't. You mix up fruity yumminess. That kind of makes my head go bzzz. But you know.
Yeah.
You're way better than Mudwater. You're super smart, Jupp. You can hear plants.
I can hear lots of stuff, but look,
You want me to stop?
no, I just thank you, Lavi. Think I'll keep looking.
Good. And Lavi will kind of turn over and lay on their side near him.
He's gonna wait a beat, and then he's gonna move in and try to spoon you again.
Okay. Lavi will start to put their wing over their face then. Because that's how they sleep.
Does that really help you sleep?
It's comfy.
Oh, alright.
Imagine it like a blanket over you. It's safe. Do you want me to cover you?
I mean, well, if you wanted to try.
Yeah, I just gotta turn over.
Okay, so you guys reverse direction.
Mm-hmm.
So Jupp becomes Little Spoon.
It's either that or he stays in the same position and Lavi's facing him.
Ooh. No.
That's his decision.
No, he's far too embarrassed to do something like that. So he's gonna turn away from you.
Okay. And Lavi will put the wing over both of them then.
It is kind of warm, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lavi.
Yes, Jupp.
Your feathers are soft.
Thank you. I take good care of them. And someone did give me a very nice bath that helped out recently. I guess it's not so recent anymore. It's been a couple of days. The days are starting to meld together a little bit now.
Yeah, but hey, we'll be in Zara soon. We'll find your sister.
I would like that very much, Jupp. Hey, Jupp.
Yeah, Lavi.
I'm gonna sleep now, and Lavi's head kind of goes forward and buries into, like, his shoulder area.
Lavi just crash lands.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Not
right.
in a painful way, but they just
No,
fall
no.
asleep like that.
Yeah, of course. Alright, in that case, I would like you to make a perception check for when you're asleep. Yes, for when you're asleep.
But I get, like, a -10!
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's, like, -1!
Okay, good to know.
I want to
All right.
know what all these mean!
Well, what happens is, you are suddenly roused from your sleep. You're suddenly shook awake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wake up, and you're still in the same position. You've got your wing over Jupp. Jupp is still there, like, crooked under your wing. And he's not moving either. But you're being, like, shook. And you hear a voice, "Get up! Get up!"
Okay, I'll move my wing and look up.
You see one of the merchants standing there at the end of the wagon, and you can see that he's got, like, blood splattered across part of him.
Shit! Okay.
You can immediately smell fire. You smell burning.
Shit. I'm gonna, I don't know, kick Jupp awake? Like, knee him. I'm gonna knee the back of his knees. Gotcha.
Okay, so you knee Jupp, and he kind of, like, starts to rouse. What is...
Fire, blood, let's go.
What? He kind of, like, flips around and looks, and he kind of, like, takes in the scene. And after, like, one nose full of air, he's, like, up and at him. The two of you rouse from your slumber, and you find that you are apparently both very heavy sleepers.
Shit. Well, we were very drunk.
Yeah, you were. And you slept through a pretty traumatic experience, apparently, that the rest of the caravan has just had.
Oh, shit!
You wake up to find 3 of the wagons have been burned, so half the caravan is burning.
Okay.
There are a number of dead bodies on the ground, and you find the survivors are kind of, like, milling around trying to pick up the pieces.
How
apparently,
are we okay?
The attack was on the other side of the caravan.
Oh, okay.
The attack came from the opposite direction, and you were the furthest point from the attack.
Okay. Oh no, Pringle! My baby! Okay, continue. Lavi doesn't know this.
Yeah, exactly. So the two of you get up out of the wagon and sort of, like, look around and try to figure out what happened, but it looks like of the 30 people that were in the caravan, there's only about 10 people left.
Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh,
so
fuck.
You find, like, you can look around and you see dead bodies, and there's only maybe about 6 or 7 bodies around the area.
Okay.
So there's, like, 12 to 13 people missing, unaccounted for.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Shit. Wow. Okay.
All right. So of the other remaining people, you see it's a couple of merchants, 1 injured guard, and a tiefling.
Okay.
The merchant, like one of the few merchants left, you can tell by the way he's acting, he's kind of put himself in charge, and he's like, we're all screwed. Like we'll never make it to Zareth. Those ogres came out of the hills and just washed over us.
Jupp, you were right.
If we're gonna have any hope of surviving this, we gotta do something. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Jupp is kind of like very quickly like assessing the situation. If you look at him, you can kind of see that the wheels in his head are moving real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, where did the ogres come from? Which direction? And the guard that's injured will kind of point off to the northeast. And he'll indicate that they came over like a wave. Most of them didn't even have real weapons. They just wielded nets. And they started netting people before anyone knew what was going on. The ones that were actually on watch were most of the bodies here that you see strewn around. They seem to only want to take prisoners. And they got the caravan master.
So
at that, you see the tiefling walk up, and she kind of has, like, you see tears going down her face.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
that sounds about right. Bitch.
And
fucking Pringle. Okay.
And here's where I'm going to attempt my best Pringle, and it's going to be terrible.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, right? It's just going to come up sounding like Jupp anyway.
It's just got to be a little more higher.
Yeah, I'm going to try. We gotta get Paw back. I know, right?
This fucking bitch. She's more pissed that he got taken away and he still has the key. I know her. She's me. Fucking Pringle.
She's like, we gotta get Paw back. He's real important to me, she says, kind of like holding a hand over her heart and looking like real vulnerable.
Yep, that sounds right. God damn it, Pringle.
Jupp's like, I'll help. I'll volunteer to go.
If he goes, then I go.
Lavi, are you sure?
Of course, we're a team.
Oh, okay. All right. Me and Lavi will go, and we'll try to get back. Well, everybody, including your paw.
That's right.
The tiefling beams a smile at you. It's very toothy.
Aw.
And she will happily accept your offer.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the caravan guards is still capable of fighting, so he's going to come along with you. So it'll be the four of you.
Oh, Pringle's coming with?
Yeah. It's going to be Pringle, a guard, and the two of you.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So based on what the injured guard said, it's going to be to the northeast a little ways. So as you pick up the things around the camp, you can see that a few of the ogres were killed in the attack as well. So it wasn't completely one-sided, but it was still pretty bad.
Excuse me.
If y'all ready.
I suppose this will ever be. Jupp, do you need to prepare anything?
No, I think I got pretty much everything I need.
All right.
He's like patting his pockets and pouches. Yeah, I got everything I need.
All right, we're gonna get that master back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, thank you ever so much. I would be just ever so devastated if something happened to my paw.
I didn't realize that the caravan master had any kids.
Well, it's more of an adopted paw, but still, I mean, you wouldn't hold my race against me, would you?
Lavi looks Pringle up and down. I don't understand. Oh, this is what Jupp was talking about. Lavi explains. Oh, no, I don't particularly care what you are.
She kind of like half takes that as a compliment and half as an insult. Kind of squints a little bit at you and then says, well, let's get going, y'all.
Yes, let's.
Her tail's kind of flicking in like little flick gestures as she's talking to you.
Wonderful. I'm so glad. With us walking, I know Lavi, since they're not really used to being down in here and being used to multiple races as much, Lavi is just looking over Pringle with such curiosity, which I'm sure is great for Jupp's mental health. Hey, he stopped me from looking at her before, and now she's with us. Yeah,
and you can tell that Jupp seems like wary of the tiefling quite a bit. Like he's definitely like keeping an eye on her, but he's not saying anything. He's not trying to like upset the tiefling at all. He's just definitely worried, it seems, about the whole situation. So the four of you travel northeast away from the attacked caravan, and let's see. Who is even capable of making this check? Nope. I mean,
None of us.
she'll try and fail miserably.
Oh, Pringle! None of us have survival, I'm guessing, is what you're asking.
Yeah, and I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see if Jupp does.
I think out of all of us, he would.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're screwed! What about the caravan guard?
Caravan guard doesn't either. So the four of you are doing your best to try to like stay generally going northeast, and the sun starts to come up in a little bit, and luckily that helps you kind of get the lay of the land a bit better.
Yeah.
And at that point, the tiefling's going to turn to you and say, "Excuse me.
Yes?
So, do you think you could maybe take up into the sky a little bit and see if you can find this place? My wings are cute, but they don't really let me fly."
Really? Oh, that's fascinating. What can you do with them? I mean, yes, I can fly. Yes, I can do that.
Well, they look awful nice. She starts to like pose a little bit.
They do. And the color actually accents you very nicely.
Well, thank you for noticing.
You're welcome. I like that it matches your hair. Is that natural or?
Mm-hmm.
This is Lavi's flirt coming on naturally since it's a female.
Oh, it's entirely natural. She kind of like her tail poof kind of like comes up and sort of like starts floofing back and forth as she's talking.
Oh my gosh, you are just so cute.
Oh, well, thank you for noticing.
You're welcome. And I'll go up into the sky for you. And Lavi will give a little wink and then fly up.
Aren't you just sweet as sugar?
Yeah. Do you need a fly check from me?
No, not
okay.
No. You're not doing anything strange tonight.
Okay.
You can. It's not like high winds, and you're not carrying anybody, so no check required. All right, so you fly up and give me a perception check.
No.
You thought you'd just be able to fly and that's it? No, you gotta look around too.
14.
Hey, all right, that's good enough.
Oh, thank God.
You see a small fortified camp a few miles to the east of your location. It's in a small stand of trees.
A stand of trees, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any people or other fleshy creatures?
It's a little too far away to see individuals, but you can see the camp.
Okay.
You'd have to get closer to see people.
Well, that's good enough for now. Lavi will fly back down. I imagine when Lavi actually goes towards land, they kind of do this, like, quick dive and then a poof out right before landing.
Oh, yeah.
Where it looks very elegant, but very fast.
Well, sure.
Well,
wasn't that just some fancy bit of flying there?
That's just me.
Did you see where Paul went?
Well, I saw a campsite at least. I can't really see anyone yet from where we're at, but...
Which way?
The east. About east from here. Lavi points in a direction.
Alright, so at that point, the tiefling is going to take a few steps in that direction and kind of like brush their tail like up the front of you. Well, thank you so much, sugar.
Lavi poofs up. You're welcome.
Tiefling kind of walks away from you. So the four of you continue in that direction for a little ways longer until eventually you come upon a fortified camp.
All right. How close are we to it?
I'll go ahead and push the map for it.
Ooh, we have a map.
So you see a fortified camp in the distance. As you approach, you can smell, well, the smell of burning meat.
Oh, no. Gross. No. Is it bad?
It's not a good smell.
Oh, no. They're burning people. Fuck. Tits. Fuck. Okay, fuck. Okay, fuck. Can we see smoke from here at all?
Yeah, there's smoke billowing up from the camp.
What color is it?
It's sort of like a grayish, dark smoke.
Yeah, okay. Maybe not. Oh, if it's dark, though. Not to be overly sensitive, but does that actually smell good to anyone?
I think it kind of smells alright.
God damn, you're fucking scary. Jesus Christ. It's true.
Kind of reminds me of...
what?
I don't know. Should she start launching into her Mephistopheles stuff yet?
She's
or should she...
probably too focused currently to do that.
Yeah, okay.
She's got a job.
Yeah, it smells kind of pleasant is all. It reminds me of something from my childhood.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I am interesting.
You are. As Lavi's like cocking their head back and forth, curiously.
You can tell that Pringle enjoys the attention. Jupp, Jupp looks worried about this.
Well, in the meantime, we should probably get the merchant leader person, caravan master. What is his?
Paw.
Your paw, right?
I'm real worried about him.
Well, you have been very insistent on us continuously going, so I do understand.
Well, he took me in when nobody else would. She makes herself look really, really meek and small.
And she's already really tiny.
Yeah, and he's just been the absolute best.
Lavi's 5'10", which is a pretty tall height. Well, Jupp kind of took me in, so I can understand. We'll do our best, okay?
All right, so she kind of claps her hands. How are we going to do this?
Well, I could fly above and do a bit of a lookout first before we do anything.
Sure, that work. Go ahead and do that.
Okay. Lavi looks over nervously at Jupp.
Jupp's like, volunteered for it.
I know, but I'm nervous.
Just look, if they throw something or try to shoot you with something, just get out of there, okay?
Okay.
I can't lose you. I mean, just don't get hurt, okay?
I promise, Jupp. Besides, you'll always come to save me, like with the crocodile, right?
Yeah, I think I have a bomb or two that has maybe an ogre's name on it, right?
Sounds like a plan. And Lavi will kind of brush the ends of the right wing on him. Now, give me a second to take off. And Lavi kind of hunches down a little and wiggles, and then into the air.
Never get tired of seeing that.
It is so hard not to roleplay Pringle.
Do you feel the need to jump in and say something as Pringle?
Sometimes.
Would Pringle have said something there?
Just like, how often you seen her do that?
Well, a couple times. Sometimes she's even carrying me when she does.
She can carry others?
Scared. It's a bit scary, but yeah.
Oh, you're scared of a little bit of heights?
I mean, there's lots of stuff that ain't right.
Pringle leans forward towards him. Oh, like what, sugar?
He puts a hand on a potion bottle. You can tell that it's almost as if it's like putting a hand on the butt of a gun. It's sort of the same energy, and he's like, I can tell there's lots of things to be scared about.
Like the ogres were about to fucking kill. Yeah?
Yeah, like the ogres.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. Ogres, well, I doubt they have enough smarts to understand when they're being threatened, but other people might sense it. Smile. But that's just a heads up warning for you, sugar. By the way, your friend's very nice.
My friend is very nice. You're right.
Yeah. Make sure she doesn't fly away from you now.
He doesn't seem to be, backing down at all. He's looking at you real stone-faced. You ain't the first I ever met. You ain't gonna be the last.
You met someone like me before?
I'd
love to meet them. I've never met anyone like me before. But that's the thing, though.
You good at digging? Reckon you'd have to dig about 6 feet to meet him.
I see you're one of those types. Alright, sugar. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm simply doing my lord's work.
I ain't worried about your lord. I ain't worried about your lord's work. I smell it on you.
Pringle's now just looking back and forth, confused. I'm just here to save my paw, okay?
Sure. And I'm here to help you save your paw, so let's leave it at that.
Better not show your friend this side of you. She might get scared.
Ain't no side to show. It's just the truth.
I don't think your friend takes well to meanies.
My friend don't take well to deceivers.
Does your friend even know what a deceiver is?
I reckon she could.
Alright. Swish of a tail and a heel turn away from him. Attention. A lot stronger than I thought he would be.
I mean, Pringle's got some good stats, but I wouldn't want to fuck with Jupp. Jupp has a pretty high damage potential.
Pringle wasn't threatening him, though.
Oh, I know. Jupp was threatening her.
Yeah, and she took it very calmly.
Because he knows what she's about. He can smell it, and he doesn't like it. So anyway, just so you know, we just broke a big rule in the campaign right there.
I know, but I couldn't help it! I was just like, oh, Pringle's so sassy.
Are you proposing an amendment?
An amendment?
To the rules of the campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think it's fine as long as, like, there are characters involved. And I don't think it'll involve anything where it doesn't involve where we need to go for the story.
All right. I can accept that. All right.
If it's more just for role-playing / story that doesn't involve us going places, I think it's fine.
Okay. That's all right. So, Lavi takes to the sky and does a little circle around the camp. You are able to see, while you're doing that, 3 ogres. And those ogres are currently, like, carrying bodies or moving things onto a fire nearby. And one of them appears to be, like, roasting meats. You can't tell what meats he's roasting, if it's, like, a deer or a cow or what. But you also see that there's these kind of pens located in the side of the camp where there's a bunch of people that are penned in.
Okay. Anything else?
There's a big tent in the middle that you don't. It's big enough that it could hold a few people, but you don't see anyone coming in or out of it. You only see these 3 ogres and a bunch of captives in the pen, and then the roasting meat.
All right. I'll fly back and dive down to the group again.
All right.
I'm back.
Oh, good. Not a moment too soon. So, what'd you say?
Okay. They're
Think we can take them?
I don't know. I've never fought an ogre. How easy or hard could it be? They're so weird looking.
That's true. They are
but
weird
there's
looking.
3 of them outside currently. There were several tents, though, so who knows if there are any in a tent. There's a really big tent, too, so I haven't seen anyone leave or enter it, so...
Ogres usually have a leader, probably in that tent. Well, so we can count on at least 4 of them.
There's also captives in some pens in the back of the camp, farthest away from us.
Could you see if they're still alive?
I think they were still alive. They were also roasting meat.
Paul's still alive?
I don't even know what he looks like.
Oh, he's about this tall, and he's got a mustache like this, and she holds her tail up to her mouth. What?
Sorry, it was really cute. This is serious. I'm sorry. Sorry. Well, you see, I couldn't get that close to really find any defining features on any of the human... I assume all of them are humans. Not gonna be rude, but most of them kind of look the same past Jupp. He's the only one that really stands out to me, so... Oh,
Jupp's special then.
Well, yes, of course. Like I said, he took me in.
Okay. It seems like real nice.
He is. He makes me a drink almost every night, and we play a game where he'll ask me what flavor I want of a fruit, and I can say whatever, and he'll make it taste like the...
That's real nice. We have ogres that are going to be eating our friends, so we need to act real quick.
Sorry.
We'll tell you what. We'll talk after this is all over, but first we got to save our friends. We got to save my paw, all right?
All right.
All right.
Passive-aggressive bitch. I love you! I could just imagine Pringle slowly, like, smiling, but inside just like, oh my god, she's still talking. Fuck.
So with a couple flicks of her tail, she's like, all right, let's get moving. There's only 3 or 4 of them. We should be okay. Just you keep in the front, all right? She says that to the guard. The guard nods. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop you on the map here.
Okie dokie.
So we'll have you approach from the west.
Well, if the guard's going to be in front, maybe I should fly over and hit from the side.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I think that'll work. Just don't let them get a hand on you, all right?
I can go too high for them. They'll never touch me.
Okay. Good luck, all right? Just don't get hurt.
Same to you. You're not allowed to, for that matter.
I'll do my best.
Good.
He kind of puffs up a little bit. Pringle, which you can't see this, but Pringle rolls her eyes.
I can imagine. She's just like, oh, disgusting.
All right, so she kind of prods the guard on, and the guard's going to move up. And where are you going to fly to? Where do you want to start?
Fly over here because there's not as many pokey things for me to be near.
Okay. In that case, we're going to lock tokens there.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll initiatives.
Okay. Oh, God.
Hi, Moo.
Hello. How you doing? I'm a little
pretty
nervous.
Good. Are you?
How about you?
I'm feeling great.
That's good.
All right, so the guard's going to win initiative. He's going to
Okay.
move up 10 feet, and he's going to ready his... he's got a halberd as a weapon. He's going to hold it out, and he's going to try to cover an area pretty far out in front of him. All right, that's going to take us to Lavi.
Okay. Just in case I'm going to do shield.
Okay.
'Cause
Did you want to cast that ahead of time?
Can I?
Yeah, you can do that ahead of time. It lasts for 2 minutes, so it lasts for 20 rounds.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so you go ahead and... Did you apply the effect or just burn the
No,
spell?
it disappeared.
Okay, it's fine. I'll take care of it.
Thank you, DM Daddy.
You're welcome. All right, there you go.
Merci
So
beaucoup.
that has now been cast.
Thank you.
So you now have shield on, which is going to give you an additional +4 AC, a shield bonus,
Okay.
and makes you immune to the magic missile spell. There you go.
And I can still use magic missile.
Yeah, that's true.
And it'll never missile.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Please don't.
Oh no.
Please don't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It just came out of my mouth.
No. So what would you like to do on your first round of combat?
Okay. So the guard only moved forward, really, right?
The guard moved forward 10 feet and then readied an action to attack the first thing that got into range.
Okay. So, I don't know if I have this skill. Let me check. I don't have a stealth skill, but can I try to fly over to the second closest tent behind it and kind of ready an action that way in case someone comes near me?
Sure. So you fly over, and how high off the ground are you currently?
How high can I be?
I mean, you can fly as high as you want.
Let's see. Ogres are kind of big, so 30 feet?
30 feet. Okay. All right, cool. So you're 30 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Over in that direction there.
Mm-hmm.
You have a standard action left. What would you like to do with it?
I would like to hold it until someone comes close to me.
Okay.
Or until my next turn.
Alrighty.
Pringle, you got this. You are made for destruction. I believe in you. Wait, am I playing Pringle?
No.
Oh,
you're not
okay.
playing Pringle.
Okay.
Okay, Pringle is going to move up 15 feet to there.
Okay. Which is behind the guard to the south. Not fully in the entrance yet.
Mm-hmm.
For the podcast.
Those are all touch powers. That's no good. All right, so she really has not much to do right now. She has no buffs ready, and she has the only attack spells she has are going to be more situational. So she actually has very little she can do right now. So she's also going to hold. All right, Jupp.
Come on, boy. I know you got this. We're all probably just readying an attack currently.
Job. All right, he's going to get out a potion, and he is going to drink it. And he's going to move up to behind the guard here.
All right. Staying safe. Good job, boy. I love you.
All right. So, out of tent, is going to step somebody. All right. You see a large ogre step out of the tent. He is an ogre that's about a foot taller than all the other ones out there. And he looks a little bit strange because he has a secondary smaller head to the left of his normal head. That kind of like has like these weird gnashing teeth and it looks like it's always biting the air. And it's kind of like looking around a little bit and it's sort of biting. He's also massively obese.
Yeah.
And he's got like, instead of having normal hands, he's got like these gnarled kind of claws for hands. He steps out and he's like, I'm hungry. When's the meat ready? All right. This ogre's going to like start smacking the cage and laughing at the prisoners inside. This ogre is going to move over to the door of the cage and start looking in to grab the next choice morsel out of it. And this ogre is going to make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and he notices the lot of you. So he's going to stand up, he's going to toss the burning piece of meat he had in his hands onto the dirt, and he's going to say, we're under attack! And he's going to move over, and he's going to pick up a large stick out of the fire, and he's going to wield that. Alright, that takes us back to the guard.
Alright, great.
Alright, guard's going to move up 15 feet, and he's going to wait there for an enemy. Lavi.
How tall are ogres normally?
Ogres here, these guys are about 9 to 10 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
in that range.
And what is their reach?
Their reach is 10 feet.
10 feet. So, since I'm 30 feet in the air, if I was above them, they would have a hard time reaching me without something really long.
Right, yeah, and a lot of them do have, like, great clubs or long sticks. They could try to smack at you, but it would be difficult.
Okay.
They would incur a penalty to do such a thing.
And what about, Paw/Nose?
Yeah.
How big is he?
He's about 10 feet tall. He's a bit bigger than the other ones.
Okay, good to know. I'm definitely not nervous to face ogres. At level 2! Okay, so if I got up close 30 feet to Paw's area, would I be able to hit him with Magic Missile?
Oh, yeah, Magic Missile is a nice long range.
Okay, still 30 feet in the air, though.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna do that with my Char Touch, then.
Alright, so you go ahead and cast Char Touch, and your Ungways begin burning with a magical fire.
Then that's it. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. That's going to take us back to Prangle. She's going to move up behind the guard again, and she's going to pull out her mace, which is a very scary-looking spiked mace. She looks
it's almost bigger than her.
She looks very happy to be holding it.
Jesus Christ.
Too happy. Alright, Jupp's going to move up 25 feet, and he's going to try to throw a potion. Boom.
He hit?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Go Jupp.
Alright. He throws a vial that flips through the air, strikes the ogre mid-chest, and just explodes.
Fuck yeah, Jupp.
And he does 8 points. He does 8 points of damage to the ogre.
Oh yeah. That's
Paul's
right.
Paw/Nose is up, and he says, "Oh, I don't like this." He reaches over and he grabs a bundle of sharpened sticks that are next to him.
Okay.
He's going to look at you, and he's going to throw one of them at you.
Okay.
They count as javelins. And interesting. Very interesting.
What?
Well, I'm real glad that you have a shield spell on. So, this sharpened stick flies through the air at you, and it's like spinning ever so slightly, like rotating ever so slightly as it's moving toward you. And it looks like it's coming straight for your face, like straight for your face. And there's like this little distortion, this circular distortion of magical energy that's sort of like floating around you right now.
Yeah.
And as this javelin comes right at your face, that little warbly circle of energy zips in front of you and deflects it harmlessly to the side. In game terms, it means that it would have hit you were it not for your shield spell.
Gotcha.
So the shield spell deflects it off at the last second, and you are safe.
Does that mean the shield spell's gone now?
No. It lasts for 20 rounds.
Oh, okay, cool. Glad I casted that. That's not a one and done spell. That's nice.
No, not at all. So this ogre's going to move, and he's got his great club. This ogre's going to look around for a minute, and then he's going to join his brother. Move that way.
Okay.
This ogre is going to move up to attack the guard, which is going to trigger the guard's held action. The guard's going to swing with his halberd.
Okay.
And he is going to see if that confirms, and it doesn't. So he does not critically miss.
Jesus Christ!
And now the ogre is going to try to hit the guard, and the ogre is also going to miss the guard.
Okay.
All right, guard's up. Guard is going to make a full attack.
Okay.
And he's going to try to strike him with a halberd again.
Okay.
This time he hits, and he's going to roll 10 damage. Very nice. The Ogre 3 is now heavily damaged.
Nice.
And that takes us to Lavi.
So Lavi's going to look back, notice that this ogre's already looking pretty shitty where he's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look back at Jupp and kind of see if them attacking any of these right now would be a good idea.
Jupp has a look of grim determination as he's fighting Ogre number 3, and he's not really looking up at you.
Okay. All right. Lavi's gonna fly 20 feet south, just so that they can kind of intercept the ogres as they come that way.
Yeah.
They're still 30 feet in the air, however.
Right.
They kind of know that everyone else is gonna take care of this other ogre, and they're gonna hold their action if any of them come in range to scratch the shit out of them.
Okay. Well, being 30 feet in the air, you're not in range to attack the ogres, even if they're standing directly under you.
Okay. Well,
you just don't have the reach.
I can at least be a bit of a distraction then.
Yeah.
For them to come forward this way instead of over where I'm at, so that the others can come this way eventually.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's going to take us to Pringle. Pringle is going to... The problem right now is if Pringle was to move up 5 feet, she's still out of range.
Yeah.
If she moves up 10 feet, the ogre can get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So she is going to see if she can use acrobatics, which she doesn't have shit in, so she's not going to do that.
Nope. She
All
only
right.
gets 3 skill points per level, dude.
That's true. All right. In that case, she's going to do something a little bit different. She's going to look at ogre number 1 instead of ogre number 3. And she's going to say, you should attack your paw.
I know what she's doing.
And she's going to cast a spell. She's going to cast Murderous Command
Please
on
work.
that
Please,
ogre.
Pringle, that'd be so cool.
All right. So she casts the spell, and it's now Jupp's turn.
Oh, we don't get to find out till his turn. Fuck.
Fuck. All right, Jupp is going to throw another bomb because that ogre is still out of splash range, luckily.
Nice.
So he's going to throw a bomb. It is going to hit, and he is going to roll damage.
Yes.
He does 9 more points of damage to ogre 3.
He's in the red.
Which puts him into heavily wounded. Paw slash nose is going to move forward 10 feet. He's going to chuck another javelin at you, Lavi.
Okay.
This is another one that's dead on until the shield strikes it out of the way. That's 2 hits that shield spell has saved you from.
Lavi looks a little too overconfident right now.
Ogre 1's up, and he's going to kind of like look around at the battle, and he'll just say, no, they're my friends. And he's going to swing his great club at his paw's head.
It worked! Yes, Pringle, yes!
I'm going to roll to see if that confirms. And it doesn't confirm, but it does hit. So he strikes for minimum damage.
Aww, sugar snap peas.
Sugar snap peas. Oh well, still it hits. And Ogre 2 is going to be like, why are you attacking Paw? He's going to attack the other ogre. And he's going to hit.
Okay.
And he rolls, Jesus Christ. He rolls really, really well. All right. Okay, Ogre 3 is up, and he's going to swing at the guard and miss.
Yes.
Takes us back to guard.
Yes!
Guard is going to swing at the ogre
Kill him.
and miss.
Aww.
Lavi,
Alright.
you want to? You can delay if you'd like.
I would like to delay until after Jupp.
Okay, we'll put you down to initiative 17.
Okay.
Which takes us to Pringle. Pringle is going to cast Fire Belly.
Cool.
And she is going to let out she's going to like breathe in deeply, and she's going to breathe fire on that ogre. So let's see if the ogre succeeds or fails. The ogre's going to fail his save.
Burn him
and he's going
alive,
to
Pringle.
take 4 points of damage and die. Holy
Nice.
shit. Wow, that actually worked. All right, so Pringle breathes out a jet of flames, which catches the ogre on fire, who falls over and sort of like rolls around on the ground until he stops moving.
Nice.
She kind of poses a little bit.
Lavi's looking back kind of impressed, to be honest.
All right, so Jupp's going to move forward 20 feet, and he is going to throw a potion at Paw slash nose.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to hit, and he's going to deal 9 points of damage to Paw slash nose, and he's going to splash ogre number 1 for 4 damage.
Kill him. Oh.
Ogre 1 takes 4 points of damage. There we go. All right, and that's his turn. That takes us to Lavi.
If I dive bomb Paw, does he get an attack of opportunity?
Technically, yes, because he's got the reach.
Yeah.
But I mean, fortune favors the bold, right?
You're testing me. You're testing me. That's what you're doing. You're trying to lure me into a trap. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile on Paw. Does he need to do a save throw or anything, or can I just use the damage on him?
There is no saving throw for Magic Missile. It's automatic damage. That's why it does so little damage.
Oh, but I got a 5 damage to him.
Hey, you rolled max damage on it. Good job.
Yay!
Right, you deal 5 points of damage to Paw slash nose. All right, it's his turn. He's
Oh,
like,
can't hit me, can you?
he kind of like looks real angry, and he throws another one of those javelins at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you, little bird. And this time he throws, and it's way off.
Aww.
Your shield doesn't even have to help you.
I'm sure you will, eventually after you're dead.
And this one's like, stop hitting me! And he turns and he's gonna swing at his brother.
Yes!
Alright, that's gonna hit. And
Yes.
he rolls and hits Ogre number 2 for a bunch of damage.
Yes!
Ogre 2's like, you deserve this! And he swings at him again and rolls a nat 20 and does not confirm the critical hit.
Damn.
But hits his other brother for enough damage to drop him.
Nice!
The 3 is also down. That takes us back to Guard. Guard is going to move up 20 feet as far as he can move in his armor. And he's going to wait there with a ready to action to attack. Pringle is going to move up to behind both Jupp and the Guard. And wait for Jupp's move. Jupp is going to go. Jupp's going to throw another bomb at
Nice.
Paw/Nose. This one hits, and
Yes.
he deals another
Yes.
7 points of damage to Paw/Nose.
Oh, he's in the red.
Lavinia.
All right, I'm gonna dive bomb him.
All right. So Paw/Nose is going to get to make an attack with his claw,
Okay.
and he swipes at the air and misses you.
Yes.
So you are charging. Give yourself a +2 to the attack
Okay.
for dive bombing.
1, 2.
So miscellaneous modifier +2.
Okay.
And roll your Ungwe's attack against him.
Do I get to use enchant weapon at all?
Yeah, you can do that. That uses one of your arcane pool points. You can do that. Oh, look at that.
It's 22.
22. All right. So that hits. So you roll the Ungwe's damage first,
Okay. Do. Ooh, only 5 damage.
and then go into the Char Touch
Yeah.
and roll the Char Touch save, and then the damage.
Okay. Save, which.
He fails,
Yes!
and then roll the damage.
All right. And max damage for that, so 5. Another additional 5.
That was magic missile damage.
Oh, god damn it. Please remove that and let me die on the
Let
inside.
me remove that 5 damage from Paw/Nose. Okay, and go ahead and roll the damage off of Char Touch.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being understanding. Great. So glad I got a 1.
All right, so you hit him with a little bit of fire damage and a little bit of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to put you down at about 10 feet off the ground,
Yeah.
and that ends your turn. Paw/Nose is up.
Yeah.
He's gonna attack you with both claws,
Okay.
claw, and one's gonna miss, one's gonna hit.
Okay.
So here's the claw damage. He hits you for 12 points of damage,
Shit.
which takes you to 6 HP left.
Fuck.
And Ogre 2 is also going to move up, and he is going to swing with his great club,
Okay. Oh god, did I
And
just kill Lavi?
and he is going to miss.
Okay.
Guard is going to double move up to try to help you, but he can't attack this round. He's
Okay.
going to move up to here. Pringle is going to move up to here and cast another spell on Ogre number 2. The Ogre's great club catches fire in the Ogre's hands,
Oh, thank god, Pringle.
and he's forced to drop it.
Does he take any damage?
Takes a little damage there.
Cool.
Takes 6 points of damage. So that spell is cast. Okay. And it takes us to Jupp. Jupp's going to move forward, and he's going to throw a bomb to where it hits the back of Paw/Nose and Ogre 2.
Mm-hmm.
Try it anyway. And he is going to hit. Luckily, ogres are enormous. All right. And he drops Paw/Nose and deals minimum damage, 5 points,
Okay.
to Ogre number 2.
Okay.
All right. And that takes us to Lavi.
Can I do a Ray of Frost and attack at the same time?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
That would be the spell combat attack.
Yes.
So you'd want to swing with the Ungwe's spell and then also roll the touch attack for the Ray of Frost.
I'm going to do that.
All right.
All right. Let's do this. Hit. That's an 18 to hit.
Hit.
Yes. Okay.
So
Roll damage. Really? 4 damage. Oh, he's dead.
he's down. He's down.
Can I still freeze him?
Yeah, you can hit him with a Ray of Frost.
I think Lavi's upset.
Okay. So feel free to just roll damage on him since he's a sitting target.
Really? Another one?
You hit him for 1 point of cold damage.
Okay, well, Lavi can hit for sure, but goddamn, she can't do fucking damage.
All right. So that's going to end initiative.
So he clawed me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Lavi's kind of hunched over slightly with her wings kind of draped in front of her front, trying to hide the cuts, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It was a slash. He had like claws. Jump's gonna rush over and he's already mixing up a potion. Here, drink this.
Okay.
He
Thank
hands
you.
it to you.
Lavi will drink it.
All right.
Do I need to roll anything? Oh, you're
I'm
rolling.
rolling for it. Yeah. All right, so that heals you for 9 hit points. There we go. All right, so you feel a lot better. Make a fortitude save.
Oh god, it's alcoholic. That's right. Okay. Let's see. Fortitude?
Okay.
13.
It hits you. I mean, you might be a little bit... You're feeling it.
At least it numbs the pain.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It numbs the pain, and it also healed most of the damage.
That's good.
So the what you have left now are just these little shallow cuts. Are you all right?
Yeah,
Are you okay? You promise?
I promise. I'm so sorry. I was a little reckless.
I
They weren't hitting me, so...
You did amazing, though. I mean, wow. Can't believe we won.
Yeah, neither can I. They're quite big, but they went down hard.
Yeah, they did.
And your bombs, you did so well. Oh my god.
Well, thanks.
This is so much better than the crocodile attack. At
this point, the guard is gonna speak up. He's gonna be like, "What's that?" And then he's cut short.
No!
He's cut short because out of the large tent steps another ogre. This one is a massive ogress with one massive oversized arm, webbed fingers. She has an enormous melon-like head, and she has a terrible stench coming off of her. So the first thing I'm going to need is a fortitude save from everyone in the party.
Okay.
For the stench.
That's a 7?
See. That's a 7. That's going to fail, so you are sickened.
Oh, no.
Pringle is going to attempt it here as well. Pringle's fine. Okay. Pringle and
I know
Jupp are fine. And Ma's going to basically step out of the tent, grab the guard with the oversized arm of hers, and just pull him in and just immediately bite his head off. In just one quick action. And the guard dies.
I think Lavi's pressed up against Jupp at this point, like their back. Because I assume they turn, and their back's just against his chest.
So Ma steps out and just goes, "You killed my boys!"
No, they're sleeping.
I'll eat y'all!
They're sleeping!
And she kind of starts to shuffle forward, so I'm going to roll initiative again.
Okay!
Hey, look at that! Ma wins initiative.
Fuck a duck.
Fuck a duck indeed.
Oh no!
Alright, so she's going to move over, and she's going to swing at you. Oh!
No.
Dip.
No. That's never a good knife. Please don't kill my bird baby.
Woo! Woo! So to the audience at home, I just rolled...
I'm about to walk away. I'm about to walk away. I'm about to walk away, boy.
Okay.
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 So, you're struck in the back, not quite in the back, but you're struck with a great club. And you're going to drop to the ground at -3 hit points.
Okay.
So, for this battle, you're going to be playing as Pringle.
Oh god, no! I don't wanna! You just used all her spells!
I mean, it's either that or you get to sit here and watch me play the game by myself. It's up to you.
I don't want to die! Oh god!
So, go ahead and unclaim Lavi if you don't mind.
Okay.
Alright, so, Pringle, you're up.
Well, shit.
Ma just came out and ate the guard and then dropped that weird harpy.
Oh, fuck it, duck.
Luckily, Paw is in the cage and he appears to be alive, so that's at least one minor success to this whole shitty adventure. You do still have one charge of Fire Belly left, so you can still breathe one more bout of fire. Yeah.
Okay. So this close can do it, or would that be too close? Could I be a square farther away to still hit, or is that the right?
You would need to be 1 square closer.
Okay, fine. I'll be 1 square closer. Yay!
Yeah. So you need to be within 50 feet of the target.
All right. I'm gonna do some Fire Belly.
Okay. So you roll the save first, and then the damage.
I would like.
Hey, look at that! Not 1 on the save.
That's good. Here's some fire. That's a 2.
We're gonna make it a 4 because... Oh, you did... Hold on, you hit Paw Slash Nose with it. It doesn't matter.
God damn it.
That's fine. So, since they rolled a nat 1, I'm gonna go ahead and give them max damage.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so Ma takes 4 points of damage, and that's gonna take us to Jupp.
That's cool.
You alright?
No.
No? You worried? Oh, but it's you and Jupp. You got this shit. Jupp throws a bomb, rolls max damage, and does 15 points of damage to Ma.
That's good.
Ogres are all down, and Lavi rolls a nat 20 and stabilizes.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Alright, Ma's up. So between getting hit with a very heavy bomb and being hit with a very light gout of flame, she's going to choose to go after the guy with the bombs. So she's going to 5-foot step over, and she's going to swing at Jupp. And hit. 18 points of damage, and Jupp is now heavily injured.
Fuck a duck.
Pringle. It's a good AC.
Well, I don't have much choice, otherwise everyone's gonna die. So Pringle's gonna charge with Lover's Mercy.
Alright, let me go ahead and put a charge effect on you.
Okay. Do I get any pluses for that?
It's gonna be on the effect. There you
Okay.
go. All right, so Ma gets to swing at you.
Okay.
So go ahead and declare your movement.
Gonna get right up in your business, bitch.
Okay, here comes the Great Club swing.
Please miss. Please miss.
It's gonna hit.
Okay. Please do minimal damage.
All right, hits you for 12 damage.
Okay.
Makes you heavily injured.
Yeah.
And now you can attack.
Oh, 13.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. I'm gonna cry. Oh, 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Hoping that Pringle has some kind of resistance to fire. Is that right? Probably not.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You do.
I think she does an ice as well for some reason.
Yeah, cold, electricity, and fire. So Jupp is going to. Here we go. Jupp's going to throw another bomb. It's going to hit.
Okay.
Deal 12 points of damage, and since his minimum is what Pringle soaks, Pringle takes no damage.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, Ma's up again. She's going to swing at Pringle
Okay. Please miss.
and miss.
Oh, thank God.
Pringle,
All right. Lover's mercy time.
do you have any spells left at all?
No.
No. You do have one left. You have a domain spell. So what you can do, you can convert that. You have a charm person memorized.
I do.
You can convert that into inflict light wounds.
I can.
And cast that. Yeah. You can spontaneously convert anything into an inflict spell.
Would that
So-
be better to do than hitting with my mace?
It has a higher damage potential,
Okay.
I believe. Let me make sure of that. Actually, no. Your mace is on par.
All right. I'll just do the mace then.
Yeah. The mace is. The only difference is you'd be rolling a touch attack instead of a normal attack. But you rolled and you hit anyway. So that works. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
10 damage. She's dead. Thank God.
She's down.
Oh my God, and Lavi stabilized. Oh my God, thank God.
All right. Clearing initiatives, unlocking tokens.
Oh, fuck. That was
Jupp immediately pours another potion down Lavi's mouth. And Lavi gets hit with another potion and is at now 12 damage. So he's awake again. I need another fortitude save. Yeah.
17?
Yeah. You're good. You resist that pretty well.
Okay.
All right.
I've been training with
So
all this
go ahead-
drinking games we've been playing.
Go ahead and unclaim Pringle if you don't mind.
Okay.
Or unclaim Lavi. I'll let you pick. No, I should never let you pick.
We let the dice pick what I do, remember?
So in that case, should I roll a die and see who you're playing?
No, I would prefer to finish Lavi.
I figured. Okay. So in that case, Lavi wakes up and Pringle's going to immediately rush off to the pen and start opening up the cage to get the captives out. Jupp looks at Lavi, help her to her talent. Are you okay?
I think I broke my promise. I'm so sorry.
Thought I lost you. He pulls you into another hug.
I'm still a little sore, sorry.
I'm sorry. Here. Are you in one piece? You're not bleeding, are you?
And Lavi, I think is a little discombobulated right now. I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm not feeling great, however.
Oh, well,
Do I look bad?
you look
I
great.
assume there's a bloody nose.
Yeah, and then some. Yeah, there's some bruising and some cuts.
Yeah. Do I look as bad as I did when I came out of the swamp?
I think you never looked better.
Okay, that's good.
Hey,
So-
let's get done what we need to get done here.
All right. And Lavi is probably gonna limp hop over to the cages to help out.
Mm-hmm. By the time you get over there, you see that Pringle's already used Lover's Mercy and bashed the gate open.
Jesus
And,
Christ.
She's gotten all the captives out at this point. Come on, y'all. You gotta get back. No dawdling.
Are you okay?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Shucks, I'm fine.
Good. I'm glad.
Just a little scratch. Ain't nothing I can't recover from.
You're strong.
Oh, well, thanks. You did pretty well yourself.
Thanks.
She's gonna shoot a look at Jupp for like a half a second, or less than that, and then move up and kind of like sort of get real close to Lavi and be like, I think you did real well.
Thank you. But I could have done better. I was a little foolish. I'm sorry.
No, you were fine. In fact, I think that I'd like to get to know you a bit better. She holds a
Okay.
hand out. My name's, well, you can just call me Pringle.
It's nice to meet you, Pringle. As Lavi is holding her wings up awkwardly, trying to figure out what to do. Lavi will lean forward and, like, put the bent wing end and touch the side of her hand. I'm sorry, I don't really understand such things, per se.
Oh, that's fine. Well, I look forward to seeing the two of you much more in the next coming couple of days.
No need to.
She glances over at Jupp again. Well, let's get going. And she's going to help the captives who are all kind of gathering their things and taking any supplies they can from the camp. As soon as Pringle walks away, Jupp kind of protectively stands next to you and kind of puts an arm around your back. Well,
how is she still smiling?
I don't
she
know.
Looks
she
pretty
gives me
beat up too.
She gives me the creeps. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that one, and I'm just gonna warn you that she's trouble.
But she seems so nice and.
Well, some people seem nice on the outside, but they're rotten on the inside. And that one's rotten at the core. Same thing I smelled when we were in that tavern.
Oh, she's the same one, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Just promise me you'll be cautious around her.
I'll try my best. I'll be honest, I don't really understand your wariness, but it's not like I've been down here for that long. You'll have to forgive me.
If you ask me, I think she's more dangerous than any of these ogres.
She's so tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
I have a weird favor to ask.
Oh, hold on. He's gonna step over and he's gonna pick you up.
Oh, well, this is way better than what I was gonna ask. Okay.
Oh, what were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna ask if you could help me walk back, but this is nice.
Oh, you're pretty light, actually.
Ah, yes, that would be my bones.
Kind of like he kind of lifts you up and down a little bit just so you get a sense of your weight. Yeah, you are awfully light. Well, let's get back to camp, okay?
Yes, please.
All right.
And Lavi will kind of, just because she's wounded, will kind of nuzzle into him and just rest on the way. Mm-hmm. She's a bit out of sorts currently.
All right, so the now freed captives and Pringle and Lavi and Jupp are going to loot the camp of everything of value and return to the partial caravan that's left. The people that stayed behind at the caravan have now moved everything of value that they could into the remaining 3 wagons. Mm-hmm. And you guys depart for the rest of the way toward Trade City of Zareth.
Wow. Oh, poor Lavi. She got right beat up today.
Mm-hmm. Took a good old thwack from an ogre stick.
Yeah.
Ogre beaten stick put her in the ground. Oof, that was bad. All right. Well, I think that's going to probably fade to black there and call that an act.
Yeah, I'd say so. Poor Lavi.
The final character of Pae'dor.
Pae'dor!
Good old Pae'dor.
Yes.
So we ended up, Pae'dor's Act 2 ended with them alone in the woods after being abandoned by their only family. Again.
My poor child. They don't deserve this.
No, they deserve a happy life with friends and family.
That's all they want.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Emerald Forest map.
That is, in fact, the Emerald Forest. Yes.
And I'm going to go ahead and put a pin on it to represent your location.
One day, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to prove to him that he was wrong.
Exactly. You're going to show that mean old ranger that he was wrong all along, and that you were all the family he ever needed.
I have a heart of gold, damn it! Of course, Pae'dor can't express this yet.
No.
But we'll get there eventually.
Pae'dor lacks the verbal skills and other
accoutrements. What are you trying to sound like? Love Keni Baudouin? Keni Baudouin? Oh god. I sound like a fucking car starting up when I laugh like that.
Oh, poor Pae'dor.
Poor Pae'dor.
Life is so hard for Pae'dor.
They just want to be loved.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
And belong.
Alright, so there you are in the area map for the Emerald Forest. You've just been abandoned by Ferrith after finding out that you're something called a changeling.
Okay.
You have scoured the bodies of the bandits that were there, and you've even taken on their appearance somehow. I don't even know if it was conscious, or if you even realize it.
I don't think Pae'dor realized it.
But Pae'dor's ears are now blunted like a human's.
Weird.
Yep. So, What does Pae'dor do?
Well, Ferrith... That was his name, right?
Fairith, yeah.
Okay, I'm playing 5 different characters. Keeping everyone's names straight is starting to get a little complicated, especially after last night when a million new names happened.
Isn't it great?
How are you living this way?
How do I live this way?
How do you live this way?
All of these characters are up in my brain all the time.
That sucks. Anyways, so Fairith had explained to Pae'dor that there were several towns in the Emerald Forest, and that there was really one big one, and that had half-elves. No, wait, not half-elves, high-elves in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Pae'dor was like, I want to go to the big city. Not so much in that eloquent way, because they're bad at the talking portion of life.
Mm-hmm. They're bad at the talky bits.
He did kind of map out where everything was with, well, cups and mugs. So I suppose Pae'dor would try to head towards Oraneska? Is that how I say it?
That is how you say it.
Okay, so Pae'dor's going to try to go to Oraneska via memory and, I guess, instincts on this one.
All right. Well, I'm going to want a survival check to navigate your way through the wilderness.
You are welcome to my survival check because Pae'dor is my best roller. 17.
All right, a 17 survival. Okay, so Pae'dor is going to be traveling to the east, and I would like another survival check to gather food and to create shelter for yourself at night.
Okay. Woo, that's pretty good. That's a 27.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you manage to travel through the Elven Forest with very little problems. You catch food during the day, you scavenge berries, you end up finding yourself like a nice little nook in a tree that's dry and safe and up off the ground. You're making good time, and you feel like, you got this. You've lived your whole life in these woods. You know how to do this. So eventually, a few days will pass, and you reach the banks of a small river.
All right. Okay. So I'm doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah, you're doing fine. You reach the banks of a river, and to the north is the outcroppings of a large set of mountains.
Okay.
You're kind of in the foothills of those mountains now, and you've reached a stream/river that is going to be wider than you can jump. So what would you like to do to cross it? The river, the water itself is moving pretty fast.
Okay.
And there's, some rocks and jaggedy bits in there, so it's not exactly safe.
Are there any trees that go over the river that I could use?
Yeah. No, you don't see any kind of fallen logs to use around, at least.
No, I mean the trees. Do they connect above?
Oh, no. The river here, there's sort of a shallow plain on either side.
And nothing really to make a makeshift bridge with?
I mean, you could go and try to cut a tree down somehow.
I don't really have the supplies to do that.
But yeah, you kind of lack the tools and training of construction.
If I look upstream, does it get wider or thinner? And vice versa to downstream.
Sure. So it's going to be, if you follow it further up into the mountains, it'll probably break into smaller and smaller constituent streams that all join together.
Okay.
So you might be able to go high enough in the mountains to cross it multiple times in smaller pieces, right? So you could try that, but that would require going deeper into the mountains. Or you could alternatively go further down river and see if there's any crossings or any areas where it looks like you might be able to cross easier. Or you could try to cross it here by making a swim check.
Let me... not exactly the best for Pae'dor currently. I think... Pae'dor's never really been in the mountains, so I think that would be too scary for them. So I think, since they're still in the forest, I think they'll try to go downstream a little bit and see if it thins up. Or if there's more logs along the side to cross it.
All right. Okay. So you start traveling downstream. I'll go ahead and move your token, your pin a little bit here. And you come to a area where you can now see a tower in the south. It's a massive structure. You're not entirely sure what it is or what it's for, but it's very, very tall. It's like a mountain, but it's made of smaller stones stacked on top of one another. It's crazy. It's like a tree, but it's made of stone almost.
It's very weird to Pae'dor.
I mean, you've seen places where you've seen places where people live, but this is much taller.
Can I stealthily approach it just to see exactly what it is?
Sure.
Just thinking in Pae'dor's mind, it's like a tree, but it's made out of stone.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen a lot of weird stuff, so maybe it's alive.
Maybe. Give me a stealth check.
Of course. That I comfortably do. Let's see.
Alrighty.
24.
Okay. So you move closer, and you get close enough that you can kind of peer at this thing and see the entire thing now, not just peeking above the trees, but now you can get close enough where you can see the whole of it from safely from behind a tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very tall. It dwarfs the trees around it, in fact. And it looks like it's smooth, and there's parts of it that are shiny,
Ooh.
and there's parts of it that are colorful, and there are these little circular spots on it every so often where it looks like you can see inside it. And it's very, very large, and you're not sure what it is, but there's also doesn't seem to be anyone around either.
Pae'dor's gonna go up to it to touch it,
Okay.
I guess. It is
Sure.
shiny and colorful, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, thinking of my feral child, this would be very fascinating to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So approach it very cautiously. They go up, their hands kind of hovering over the stone. They tap it really quick to make sure it doesn't bite. No reaction?
No reaction so far. Let me find you a reasonable picture to kind of explain what
Ooh.
this roughly looks like.
I love it! Ooh, I'm excited. You're gonna show me a picture. I'm sorry.
Best.
I'm a dork.
No, you're the best.
I'm kind of the worst, but thank you. Ooh, that's a cool tower. Oh,
So
shit. Yeah, Pae'dor's all over touching that thing.
So it has sort of a spiral effect to it. It looks like it has some sort of large gemstone or something at the peak of it, and it's very colorful in that it has these rich greens and silvers on it, and it shines almost in the sunlight.
I think...
And you go up to it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Touch it really quick to make sure that it doesn't bite.
Okay. You touch it, and it's smooth to the touch, like it's perfectly put together. You aren't really sure what it's for, what it's doing here, but it's interesting.
And it's not organic in any way. It's all stone.
Mm-hmm. It appears to all be stone. Yeah.
Okay. I guess Pae'dor will circle it for a little bit.
Okay. You circle it for a little bit, and you do see that there's a door on the bottom level of this tower. But the door is closed currently, and it has, again, like the easiest way to put it is that the style of the elves in general, or at least the high elf style, is called Art Nouveau. So if you want to see like, if you want to look at like the architectural style that I believe that all elves and stuff kind of looks like is Art Nouveau.
Okay.
Whereas dwarves are Art Deco.
Yeah, I get that. I went to art school. I actually had to research that in art history.
So you're familiar with Art Nouveau?
I am.
Excellent.
Okay, so there's a door. Pae'dor is now aware of doors after living with Ferrith for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they're nervous because that usually means people.
Yeah, it usually does.
So they're gonna put their mask down.
Okay.
Fucking antlers, the wolf head, and they're gonna go on all fours and kind of slowly creep up to this door. And
Alright.
if they get close enough, they're gonna listen to hear if there's any sound of a living being, I guess.
Excellent. Alright, give me another stealth check and another perception check.
Okie dokie. So, stealth. Ooh, nat 20, 28.
Mm-hmm.
Perception, there you are. Ooh, 22 for my perception.
Alright, you go up to the door and you listen very, very carefully to it. And you don't hear anything. All you hear is the sound of the forest behind you.
Is there a handle to the door?
Yeah, there's a knob.
Can I see if the door opens?
You can try it, yeah. Do you want to try the handle?
Yeah, I want to try the handle.
Okay. The handle seems to be made of a red crystal, by the way. It's like a cut red crystal
Is it glowing?
knob. It's not glowing.
Okay.
Now, when you go to touch it, and you touch that handle and you try to turn it, turn the knob, it does begin glowing red. It lights up to your touch.
Pae'dor immediately, similarly to when a cat sees something very exciting, their pupils dilate. Pae'dor's eyes just large and in charge.
Now, the knob doesn't seem to turn. It appears that the door is locked, but whatever you've done, you have caused this thing to light up some.
Pae'dor's gonna tug at it and see if they can keep the knob.
Okay. Pae'dor tries to tug at the knob. Make a strength check, please.
Okay. Ooh, 20.
All right. You pull and pull and pull, but no matter how hard you tug at it, it doesn't seem to have any give to it whatsoever.
Aw, Cracker Jacks. Okay. Pae'dor kind of looks at it disappointingly and shrugs and gives up and starts
Who's
to
there?
walk away. Oh no.
You hear a voice call out from the wind.
Pae'dor's just looking around.
I am terribly busy. Who is there?
Pae'dor.
Is that's something I should know?
No,
You know, what business do you have here?
don't. Liked knob. Sorry.
All right.
This is Pae'dor.
No, that is Pae'dor. Okay, so what happens next is the knob is going to turn and the door is going to swing inward. And standing in the doorway is this gentleman.
Oh my. That is like a high elf if I've ever fucking seen one. Jesus Christ. Okay. And Pae'dor, in response, still has their mask on with the antlers and the wolf skull and all the furs covering them, looking up at him, because I assume he's very tall compared to Pae'dor.
Mm-hmm. He stands easily 6'4".
Yeah, Pae'dor's 4'8". Just looking up, craning back.
Of all the things that I expected to do today, dealing with a feral child is not one of them. Now, Pae'dor, was it?
Yes, name. Pae'dor. Hello. Tall.
He kind of frowns slightly. Yes, quite. So, what exactly are you doing at my home, aside from trying to pilfer doorknobs?
Pae'dor looks over at the knob and looks back up and shrugs.
Strange tree.
Yes, I suppose it is a strange tree. So, where are you from? Where are your parents?
Pae'dor shakes their head.
None. Gone. Forest home. Trying to go.
And Pae'dor will point towards where they think Orneska is.
The elf will frown slightly. Orphan, barely articulate words, washes up at my doorstep, tries to steal my doorknob.
Can leave.
Pae'dor starts to just turn around.
No, I don't think you can.
Hmm?
No, I can't let some orphan wandering about the woods by themselves.
Pae'dor
Come on.
starts to pull up their mask slightly
He
and
takes
look
a
at him.
step back and opens the door wider.
Pae'dor fully lifts up their mask. Their heads a little hunched, a little lower than their shoulders. Their backs curved slightly, but they'll slowly walk in while keeping eye contact with this new being.
So you said you removed your helmet?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. The elf kind of rubs his chin as you walk in. So as you walk in, you see that there is a wide opening room here. It's beautiful. Is hardly describes this. It is quintessential Art Nouveau. It looks like everything here is made of metal trees.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is these repeating arch patterns, and there's this double staircase that goes up from the left and right side of the room that moves up and crisscrosses, and then moves up to the second floor of this tower that you're standing in.
This shit's my jam.
The floor is a marbled tile that is diagonal from your perspective with a dark green color between the marbles.
Oh, so the veins are green.
Not the veins of the marble. The marble's veins are gold.
Oh, okay.
But they're cut in like diamond, or I guess, yeah, diamond's a good way to put it. They're carved into diamond shapes on the floor, but between each diamond is a strip of a different color marble that is a deep green.
I see. Well, Pae'dor's all for the shiny stone stuff. They at first look up to see the cool stairway and then directly look down, fascinated by the flooring.
So as you walk in, the elf kind of flicks his wrist and the door will close on its own.
Pae'dor will jump at that and turn back at him. Hold it.
What?
Loud.
Oh, alright. I'm sorry for the loud noise.
Sorry. Not very good at talking, but
Pae'dor just starts grumbling to themselves. They cross their arms and look frustrated.
So what am I going to do with an orphaned human child in the middle of the Emerald Forest?
Pae'dor shrugs.
Let leave.
Like I said, I can't do that. I have a responsibility to your protection.
Don't
Can't let orphans wander about the forest on their own.
understand. Forest home for a long time. Alone.
Well, that would explain your limited vocabulary.
Oh.
Pae'dor looks embarrassed.
Feral child. If I had more time or the inclination, I'd study you, and it might yield interesting results. He
Pae'dor
shrugs.
narrows their eyes.
I feel I need to bow to my better nature and simply try to take care of you for the time being until I can figure out something more permanent to do with you. Are you hungry? Humans get hungry a lot, don't they?
Human? What else?
Yes. The elf blinks at you a few times. No, you are human. See? He taps his ear. I'm an elf.
Yes.
And he reaches and he points to yours and says, "You're a human."
Pae'dor will instinctively touch their ear, and then their eyes widen when they feel that it's rounded.
Mm-hmm.
And then they look very confused suddenly.
You thought you were an elf this whole time.
Did.
Well, that's strange. But I'm not really sure how a human child gets lost in the middle of a elven forest, but that's a question for another day. You look like you've been running in the woods for a
Life.
while. Yeah. Well, let's take care of that, shall we? He turns and says, "Come with me," and he starts walking up one of the staircases.
Pae'dor looks at the stairs nervously, and then they climb it with all four of their limbs, like a dog would.
The elf gets to the top of the stairs and turns around and sees you climbing up on all fours. He just kind of holds the bridge of his nose with two fingers. Sure. This makes perfect sense.
I mean, notably, this is how I prefer to climb stairs.
Oh, man. Now, what he's going to do is he is going to wait for you to get to the top of the stairs. He is going to walk you onto the second floor of the home, of the tower, and he is going to show you to a small room that contains a bed, as well as a few other basic essentials. It appears to be a guest room of some form. Leave your belongings here.
Pae'dor looks a little annoyed, but I imagine their furs cover so much of them that when they take their bow out, it doesn't actually make sense how it fit under there or where it was. Like freaking Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah.
Just suddenly a bunch of stuff starts coming out. I think out of everything that Pae'dor has, they'd keep their dagger on them at least.
Okay.
But they still wear their pelts and their helmet.
Okay.
They look back at him.
All right. It'll be fine here. Come with me. Turns and walks you to another part of the second floor. And there appears to be a large basin in this room, as well as another basin that's standing up on a stone pillar. So there's a basin that's sort of at what would be considered counter height, and then like a wider tub. And the tub seems to be made out of a mix of wood and metal.
Mm-hmm.
And it stands empty at the moment. It's like here he walks in and he says he waves his hand over the tub and says a few words, and water seems to appear out of nowhere and begins to bubble up almost out of the very air itself. This water sort of spontaneously appears and splashes together and already begins to kind of steam with heat.
Pae'dor looks at this confused and looks back up at him. If Pae'dor could express a raised eyebrow, I think this is the closest they can get to currently.
He says, "It's a bath. Please. I'll give you some time. Just clean yourself up a bit, if you would."
Pae'dor just looks scared now.
He walks out of the room and closes the door behind himself, leaving Pae'dor alone in a room with a tub.
Pae'dor fidgets. They just look around wildly. They go over to the water for a second and touch it with their hand.
It is hot.
Hot.
It's hot enough that it would be a very pleasant bath.
Okay. Ferrith wasn't able to get Pae'dor into a bath yet, so this'll be new, and they're very confused. But they did understand at least that it was a thing that people do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Is there anywhere to set their, their pelts and helmet down on?
Yeah, well, you can just throw them in the corner if you want.
It's got to be a safe spot for them. They're important.
Then they can be right next to the tub.
Okay.
Always within hand's reach.
Including the knife that'll be, right under the pelts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just in case. Pae'dor will take off all their pelts, take their helmet off slowly, place it down, knife under the pelts. They look back at the door suspiciously.
The door remains closed.
This is the first time Pae'dor's taken off their pelts.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna look at their still blotchy skin, their hands, kind of look down at themselves, and then they go towards the bath, and then they put their head in first. And then slowly, let themselves go in that way. It's the completely wrong way to do it.
Right.
But they're like, well, if you crawl into the water to lap up water, then you go head first. So, like this? So they kind of sploosh into there on accident by slipping with their hands. And then just sit upright suddenly after struggling for a second. And then they sit there.
The water is hot and feels pleasant on your skin. You can already see that there's dirt and grime coming off of you.
Pae'dor's eyes just widen in surprise.
Oh.
Is there anything else other than this water?
What do you mean?
Like soaps or anything?
I mean, you can look around and you see that there's a small rack of potions, or what appears to be potions nearby. They're varying colors. I'm not sure what they do.
Are there any specific colors? Is there a red one, I should ask?
Yeah, there's a red one.
Okay, Pae'dor's gonna grab the red one and open it and smell it.
It smells like strawberry.
Oh, Pae'dor's gonna put a drop on the tip of their tongue.
It tastes foul. Oh, you spit it out with involuntarily.
Pae'dor drops the bottle.
Into the on the floor or into the bath?
Into the bath.
All right. You drop the entire bottle into the bath, and the water begins to stain the color of the potion that you just dropped into it. And the water itself begins to kind of churn and froth. And these bubbles are going to start to form all across the surface of the water, kind of on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And they start to grow, and more of them get formed in that, and this film of bubbles, because it becomes like a carpet of bubbles. It becomes this pad of bubbles, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you fear they're going to overtake the tub any second now.
Pae'dor's gonna try to push the bubbles away.
You push the bubbles away and think, yeah, that did it. That solved it. All you manage to do is push a bunch of bubbles out the far side of the tub.
Yeah.
And they begin to kind of pour out onto the floor around the tub.
But are they still growing, or is this okay?
I mean, you can keep pushing them away from yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna keep pushing then.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're protected. Bugs
I'm
can't
strong.
Get to you. You're strong. That's right. So one thing you notice is, as you lay in this tub, your skin is starting to change. You notice your skin was kind of blotchy and spotty before.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're sitting in this hot water, your skin is becoming kind of pale.
Pae'dor's touching their hands, looking at them confused, rubbing their skin.
Mm-hmm. And it seems the more you rub this hot water on yourself, the paler your skin becomes, until it's almost see-through. It's kind of becomes spongy feeling as well. And you're not sure if you're absorbing the water or if it's the heat. You don't really know what's causing it, but your skin is turned from a nice dark reddish brown into sort of almost a pearl color.
Pae'dor's so confused. They're just looking at their hands, they're rotating them, observing them. Do I still have fingernails?
You do.
Okay.
They're smaller than they were before. They don't have lots of dirt caked under them like they used to. Now they look much finer and smaller and more gentle.
Pae'dor kind of scratches the top of their head, confused.
Your hair's still there, at least.
That's good. This is pretty weird. But Pae'dor's taking this pretty good with strides, but I guess... How much are the bubbles covering them currently?
I mean, the water itself is kind of a hazy red color currently. Mm-hmm. So you can really only see your arms and hands.
Okay.
And if you look down, you can see like your chest up to where the water line is.
And all of that's about the same color right now, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sort of a pearl color.
Hmm.
And it's sort of spongy feeling. You don't know if it's whatever this potion was. You don't know what it did to you, but it seemed to have changed this color of your skin.
Pae'dor's gonna touch their ears.
You touch your ears and realize that they're gone.
Gone? Your
ears are gone. Yeah, you have these little sensitive holes on the sides of your head right now.
Oh, shit. Alright, Pae'dor's panicking now. Just like, what's happening? What did this do to me? They yeet out of the bathtub, and they start growling at it.
Pae'dor is Yote in the bathtub. Or is it Jotun? I'll never get the...
I do not know what that is. It sounds like an egg.
So, Pae'dor launches themselves from the tub and looks at it and tries to figure out what this tub just did to them. But it was not nice. Pae'dor liked their ears.
Slash at the bubbles that are on the ground.
You take your dagger and slash at the bubbles. Pop. You have vanquished them. Stronger than they are.
I am better.
Right.
Just freaking out. I'm like, what do I do? It killed my ears.
You like cry out.
Yeah.
You hear a voice from outside. Is everything all right?
Ears.
Ears? Did you get water in your ears?
Pae'dor's just sitting on the ground with their knife trying to stab Bubble.
Is everything okay?
No! Ears! Potion took ears!
Potion? Hold on. The door begins to open.
Pae'dor just looks over, just terrified. Their hands clutching a dagger.
Alright. So I want you to understand what this elf is about to see. He kind of walks in and he's sort of like half trying to be modest and like have a hand kind of held up slightly in front of his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And as he gets the first glimpse of you on the floor, his arm drops to the ground and he just kind of takes a neutral stance, just sort of looking at you. It's like, oh. Well, that is different, huh?
Help! You potion bad.
Don't panic, little friend. And where did you get that knife? Set that down. It'll be all right.
Pae'dor slowly starts to set it down, but their hand's still hovering next to it.
Now, listen here. It's going to be all right. I guess I should have considered this as a possibility. Are you confused?
Pae'dor nods aggressively. It's very curt.
Fascinating. I would have imagined the knowledge would have been inborn, or genetic even. Instinctual? But if you're confused, then it means that it must be a learned behavior. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. You are a very interesting being. He kind of like he gets down onto his knees and like sits down crisscross applesauce on the floor.
Yay! That's the way you do it.
And he's maybe 2 steps from you, but he's sitting on the floor and he's kind of looking at you and he's like, "You, my little friend, are a changeling."
Pae'dor looks away.
I thought you were human, and you thought you were an elf, and it seems that you're something else entirely. Do you know what that means, changeling?
Pae'dor, still looking away. I imagine their back is kind of more faced towards this guy. Before they were looking over their shoulder back at him, since they were attacking the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of turn slightly to him, and they shake their head no.
It means that you are a different kind of thing than me, or other elves, or humans, or, well, lots of things. You and your people can change the way they look. And sometimes, I suppose, when they aren't thinking about it, or if they're relaxed, or, I suppose in this case, submerged in hot water, they turn back into what they actually are.
Pae'dor will pull their hands up to their face and look at them.
Don't like.
Here, do you think you could turn into look like something like me?
Pae'dor kind of blinks at him.
Don't know.
Give it a try. Take a look at what I look like and do your best.
Okay. So, Pae'dor understands he said look.
Mm-hmm.
But I think these instincts kick in. So they kind of turn and crawl closer to him, and their eyes are sort of wide, and their hand slowly reaches up to his face a little, and then nervously holds back.
It's okay. I don't think you're going to hurt me.
And they reach out and touch the side of his face with their hand slightly resting on his ear.
Don't know.
Eventually, Pae'dor, after being confused and unsure what they're doing, just starts looking at every feature of his face. His long hair, his pointed ears, his paler skin. Just more thinner face, even. Just observing.
So my question to you is Pae'dor able to do this willingly?
No.
No. Okay.
It has to just kind of happen. So...
Gotcha.
I would like to roll a dice on this one.
Go for it.
So, what, should we do an 100 one for percentile?
Yeah, that's fine. Just give me a percentile dice.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
That's an
Do you
80.
feel it's unreasonable?
No,
It's
no,
an
I feel like that's definitely for them. I was thinking 50-50 to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 70? Either way, this is fine.
I figured, while you were rolling it, I figured above a 75%, so...
Cool.
So yeah, you sort of reach out and you think about it, and you try to understand the contours of this person's face, and before you know it, feel your skin kind of tighten up a little bit around yourself. And the next thing you realize, your hair has gotten a bit longer and finer, but it's still white, and your body gets a bit thinner and more angular. You feel taller, almost.
Ah.
Not by a lot, but you feel taller a little
Just
bit.
a little bit.
A little bit. You're no longer 4'8". Maybe now you're
5 foot. Damn.
Yeah.
Am I tall now?
Yeah.
Since Pae'dor's hand was on this elf's face, they saw their hand change pretty much.
Yeah, you can see your pearlescent skin suddenly become blotchy and then eventually settle on a skin tone very much like this elf's.
They pull their hand back and look at it confused.
Your fingernails have become, they were delicate before, and now they're a bit less delicate, but still very fine looking, almost feminine looking.
Gotcha.
High elves have slender hands.
Yeah, they do.
Pae'dor looks nervously back up at the elf.
The elf looks fascinated, and he has a smile fixed on his face. It's truly fascinating.
Pae'dor doesn't have any of their pelts or their helmet to hide in right now.
No.
So they're very embarrassed.
Now, I can leave if you feel like it, but I would like you to stay here for a little while, if you don't mind.
Pae'dor instinctively grabs a portion of his clothing.
No more potion?
You don't have to use the potions in the bath, no. And I think you're plenty clean now. So I can clean those for you if you like. He points to your furs.
Won't hurt?
I'll do my very best not to hurt them.
Can watch?
Sure.
Okay, then.
Here. He stands up and he walks out of the room, and he comes back in a moment later with a little stack of clothes that are folded up.
Pae'dor looks at them.
You can wear these for now until your other clothes are clean. I have no use for them anymore.
Talk strange.
Pae'dor goes to figure out how these work.
They're clothes sized to perhaps a young elf, perhaps an adolescent elf.
I see. Alright. I'm getting weird, not exactly Ice Queen vibes. The book per se more, where was it spring or summer? One of them keeps this girl in the house continuously, and everyone turns into roses eventually, who stays there. It's a really old story, but I always like that part. It's weird. But I'm getting that weird vibe from it right now, from what's happening. I'm just like, I don't know how much I'm supposed to trust this person. So, Pae'dor's trying to figure out how to put on clothes for the first time. This is fun. Do I need to roll for that?
The elf leaves you alone.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, I'll let you roll for it, but this is a relatively easy thing. You've seen people wear clothes before.
Okay.
Kind of know how they work.
Yeah, it's above a 10.
You eventually, I was going to say, yeah, above a 10. So you eventually figure it out. It takes you a little longer than it would for most people, but you eventually get it right.
So
You put the shirt on wrong multiple times.
What kind of clothing am I wearing?
It's simple elven garb, so it's like a linen tunic and pants. I mean, it's got embroidery and finery sewn into it because, everything that this guy has is fancy. But it's as simple as anything he would own.
All right.
So it looks like something that you could walk around the house in, considered well-dressed.
Well, Pae'dor's gonna go grab their helmet and their knife.
All right.
Put the helmet on.
You grab your helmet and your knife, and you're wearing these elf clothes, which they're so light, it feels like you're still naked, and you don't like it.
That's weird. I'm used to heavy pelts on me constantly.
Yeah, and now there's no heavy pelts on you, and it feels wrong.
It feels wrong.
Wrong.
I hate it. Pae'dor exits the bathroom.
All right. So the elf is waiting for you out there. He's going to walk in, and he's going to collect your pelts, and he's going to walk them to another room, where he's going to place them in a smaller basin and begin casting a spell over them.
Pae'dor is watching him with an intense attention to every move that he's making.
He's casting a pretty basic create water spell, and then he's putting a bit of stink on it to make it warm and soapy.
Okay.
And he's using it to cleanse your clothes. The water that's flowing into it is sudsy and hot, and the water that's flowing off of it is like brown. So he's dislodging a lot of gunk and grime from it.
Pae'dor's staring with fascination.
how do?
It's magic. Fairly simple spell, to be honest.
Hmm.
Have you ever used magic or seen it before?
Pae'dor thinks for a moment and then shakes their head.
Unknown.
Well, it can be very handy. I'll say that.
Pae'dor raises their hand and looks at it.
I mean, it can be useful.
Oh,
But it's a lot of work. It takes many, many years
like
to learn.
words.
Yes, like words. He finishes washing, and then he's going to use another spell, Mage Hand, to levitate it off the ground and hang it off of a line so it will dry properly.
Why help?
Because I can't just let an orphan wander the woods alone by themselves. What kind of a person would I be? Besides, you are far more interesting than you give yourself credit for. I would like you to stay here as my personal guest for some time, if that's all right.
Pae'dor shrugs.
Last one left.
Well, I don't intend on leaving you anytime soon, since this is my home. And if anything, you would be leaving here. I also don't want to keep you here forever. I simply wish for you to, well, I would like to get to know you better and, if I may be so selfish, learn a bit about you. Your people are mysterious, to say the least.
My people.
Other changelings. There haven't been many in this area for some time, but the information that we have on them is limited, to say the least. So it would be, I would find it beneficial to learn a bit more about your physiology.
Won't hurt?
I don't intend on hurting you, but, I mean, it would be useful if I could get a sample or two from you.
Pae'dor steps back, clutching their knife.
Doesn't have to be right now.
Their body relaxes a little bit, but their pose is still gestured towards, I'm ready in case you do anything silly.
Look, how about we get some food? Does that sound alright?
Yes. Okay.
Well, I realize I've been terribly rude. My name is Siren. You can call me Sai.
Sai.
Yeah, that's just fine.
Siren. Sai. Thank you, Sai.
Entirely alright. He leads you out of that room, and he'll take you up to the third level of the tower, where he takes you to a dining room.
This is all very different from what Pae'dor learned with Ferrith.
Oh yeah. Ferrith would go to a tavern and get a drink and like a pheasant, and that was considered like living large.
So
This guy's got like a multi-level tower spire thing with magic.
And he just gave me a bed right away.
Yeah. He's just like, hey, stay here.
Here's a bed. What?
Yeah, here's a bed.
live strangely.
Yes, this tower was passed down through my family.
Why?
Well, I'm from a line of wizards, you see.
Wizard.
Yes, the kind of people that study magic.
Pae'dor kind of looks like they're grasping air with their hands for a moment.
Can anyone?
With enough study, sure. I don't see why not. it would be a long time to learn, and I could teach you some, but I'm not sure if you want to be here quite that long.
Orenska.
Oh, you want to go to the big city? I suppose that makes sense. You might want to learn to control yourself a bit more before you go there, though.
Pae'dor looks embarrassed and starts to put their helmet over their face.
I'm just saying it can be a bit dangerous. Not everyone might react as well by finding out what you were that I did.
Why?
Well, some people fear your kind. They think you're dangerous. Others simply want to dissect you and learn how you were. I'm willing to ask questions and observe and maybe get a blood sample. Only if you're willing. But like I said, that can wait.
Need blood?
It would help me to understand how you were.
Pae'dor just takes out their knife and cuts their hand.
Oh dear. His hands are to his mouth. He's like, that's really not necessary.
Pae'dor's just holding out their hand.
He grabs your hand and tries to curl your hand back closed to try to stop the blood. He's like, here, let's get you. He takes you to another room and he tries to bandage your hand up as best he can with a strip of cloth.
Pae'dor's just looking at him confused.
I was never much of a skilled healer. I apologize. This is probably the best I can do. He's kind of clumsily wrapped your hand.
Pae'dor lightly touches his shoulder for a second and then will vigorously go back over the bandage a bit tighter. They look like they're looking at him as if they're trying to say, this is how you do it, but they can't audibly say that.
Yeah, make a heal check, please.
There we go.
10.
You wrap it to a pretty average job.
Yeah, sounds like I did better than what he was doing, though.
I don't want you to hurt yourself, and I don't need you to cut your hand like that. I have instruments that can do this much more cleanly than that.
Was clean cut. Didn't cut nerves.
Sure you didn't.
Stares almost intently.
Oh boy. Well, let's get you some food and see how you feel after a night's rest, alright?
Pae'dor nods at him.
You are strange.
Kai. Just starts growling at their own frustration of having a hard time talking.
He gives you a smile and says, well, alright. And then he is going to lead you back to the dining room where he was trying to take you before.
Pae'dor's just like, you need blood? Here. What? Why are you freaking out?
What you asked for? Here. Take it.
What? You're weird.
Alright, so he's going to cast a spell, and he is going to conjure a meal on the table. It is a lot of food, a ridiculous amount of food. There are piles of different kinds of vegetables, there's different kinds of stews, soups, there's whole birds, there's a side of a pig.
Wow. Oh shit. That's so much!
He's produced an insane amount of food.
Pae'dor's eyes are so wide right now.
Eat what you like.
Pae'dor kind of blinks at him and nods. And they just reach out with their hand, watching him almost as if they're seeing if what they're doing is bad.
And he's also picking at some of the food as well. He's putting some different kinds of vegetables and fruits on a plate.
Alright, Pae'dor's just gonna grab one of the bird sections.
Mm-hmm. Just rip at one of the birds and just start eating at it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hot and delicious.
They are making loud mouth eating noises. That is disgusting, but they don't really know that that's wrong. Got a good leg.
So I will politely smile through it. As he just sort of fascinatedly watches you rip and tear into your food.
Once Pae'dor feels full enough, they're actually gonna sit and gnaw on a bone.
So Pae'dor, how old are you?
They tilt their head.
Do you know how many winters you've seen?
All in the forest. Wolves.
How many times have you seen the leaves turn gold?
Many.
I don't know if Pae'dor knows how to count. They're still gnawing on this bone, but they at first looked irritated and now they look a little embarrassed.
The elf is going to hold up one hand, hold out all of his fingers. He says, more than this many?
Pae'dor thinks about it. They nod.
think so.
And then he holds up his other hand. More than this many?
So he's at 10 fingers right now?
Yeah.
Think so. More foggy after that.
Okay, see, that would match up with some of the theories. Well, enjoy your food. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer.
Really?
Of course. You're my guest.
You are high elf.
Yes, I'm a high elf.
You're not mean.
I should hope not. I believe that rudeness is, well, there's no cause for rudeness in any situation. Even if you hate someone, no cause for rudeness.
Ferris said high elves mean.
Suppose some people think that we have a bit of a narcissistic streak to us, perhaps. Some would call us arrogant, but simply it comes as a side effect to our age and our skill. And it oftentimes isn't something that we mean as an insult. It's simply the truth of the matter. My people are ancient and well-knowledged about the world. Some believe that's... Yes?
You are nice.
Oh, thank you, Pae'dor. I think you're nice, too.
Thank you. Ferris made me leave.
And he was the one that was taking care of you before?
For a bit. Before family. Wolves. Gone.
Wolves.
Family.
And Pae'dor will gesture to their helmet.
Brother.
Your brother. See.
And then they point to the antlers on it.
Took him. I took it.
It's impressive. You've lived an interesting life, Pae'dor.
Pae'dor nods very confidently at that.
Ferris liked me before he saw white.
And Pae'dor's looking at their hand. Kind of sad.
Your friend saw that you weren't an elf?
I am, though.
I suppose in a way you are, but in another important way you aren't. I think there should be no shame in that. You are simply Pae'dor.
Pae'dor thinks about this kind of revelation of sorts. Slowly nods to it, and then has a small but cute smile, I would say. It's definitely not their toothy smile that they normally do when they show others that they're happy.
What experiment for?
Experiments are for learning. They're for testing idea. They allow you to increase your understanding of the world around you.
I see.
I study many things about the world, and, well, one of them would be the nature of you and your race, if you would allow me to do so.
Pae'dor nods.
Oh, splendid.
Just don't be mean.
A nervous smile appears on their face.
You got it. Won't be me. So, he is going to continue eating his dinner. Pae'dor continues tearing into the feast. And once you're finished eating as much as you possibly want out of this, and he's finished picking at it as well, the food itself is going to vanish as if into thin air. You still feel full, though, which is nice.
That's good.
And he is going to show you to your room. He's going to, tell you that you can sleep on the bed and it's fine. And that he'll be around in the morning, and the two of you can learn a bit more about Changeling. He might be able to teach you a few things about the world as well.
Pae'dor nods and does their toothy grin to show that it is okay.
So, Siren is happy to keep you here for as long as you're willing to stay. So we can advance some time if you'd like.
Yes, sure, that sounds great.
Okay.
Because
So
Pae'dor just wants to belong, and if someone's going to take care of them, this is great for them.
So Siren spends the time with you. Basically, through the day, he will do things like ask you to try to change yourself, and he's going to take notes on everything you do, basically.
Okay.
But he's going to ask you to change the way your hair looks. He's going to ask you to change your eye color. He's going to ask you to change how long your fingers are. And he's going to be met with various levels of success and failure for things, right?
Especially with the hair.
And he's going to show you, eventually, he's going to go and get pictures. And he's going to show them to you, and he's going to ask you to do your best. And the pictures are of various things. He shows you pictures of animals, he shows you pictures of humans, he shows you pictures of dwarves. And you do your best at them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave your varying degrees of success up to yourself.
I think Pae'dor does much better on accident around someone they're next to. I mean, the fact that they ended up looking like a wood elf was because they observed them for so long.
Mm-hmm.
The rounded ears of a human happened due to despair and observing that while taking stuff off of their bodies.
Yeah, well, in a very emotional state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if Pae'dor is getting more frustrated when things aren't working, they'll be a bit more active, I think, in changes, but I don't think they'll be able to fully do something unless they're next to another.
Mm-hmm. So, over time, the tests and experiments are going to shift from being more about learning the limits of what you can do
Mm-hmm.
to simply being about teaching you things.
Aww.
It seems like this elf has, well, for lack of a better term, a bit of a soft spot for you for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he does things like teach you a bit more about language. He introduces you to books. He tries to teach you reading and writing.
Oh, we have an advancement of, like, Pae'dor's speech a little bit, I believe.
And Pae'dor, unless Pae'dor really wants to leave, I'm willing to say we can advance time about 6 months.
That's fine.
Okay.
All Pae'dor wants is to belong. They're happy, they're warm, they're fed, they're
And-
learning.
And I'm going to say that you're sort of the form you feel most comfortable in
Mm-hmm.
has sort of shifted to be more like a high elf now.
With silvery white hair.
Yep, silver white hair, which is actually kind of normal hair color. For
That's true.
elves.
Pae'dor
So,
will actually blend in pretty well here.
Yeah.
So I gotta update my voice a little bit.
Mhm.
I actually can have more words. Holy crap.
Yeah. I
Thank
know.
gods!
So 6 months will pass, and you get, I don't know if I say you get bored easily, but, you know, Pae'dor has a sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Pae'dor likes
Or
to
more
explore
of,
into
like,
things.
a call of the wild, almost.
And one day, Pae'dor was exploring in one of the upper rooms in the spire, in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a bunch of pictures hanging on a wall. And in one of the pictures, you see Sai along with two other people,
Mhm.
another elf, and then a younger-looking elf standing between the two of them. And
What do
as
they
you're-
look like?
Well, the other elf stands about the same height as Sai, and the elf between them is much smaller and is wearing different kind of clothing from the other two.
What kind of hair do they have? What do they look like? Like their face?
They look like a young elf. They have kind of larger eyes. They appear to have like long hair. Their clothes are very different than the other two elves in the picture. But you maybe don't quite understand the nuances of gender identification.
Gotcha.
So I don't know how to explain it in the sense that Pae'dor would understand it.
Pae'dor wouldn't then.
Yeah.
They don't
But
understand gender yet.
No.
Or should we say sex?
Oh, fair point. If
They
we're talking
probably
about
don't
pure-
understand gender either.
That's true too. But yeah, no, if we're talking about purely biological. So the other elf appears to be younger and smaller and a different sex.
Well, this doesn't make sense to Pae'dor. They'll set the picture down, I guess. Are there more pictures?
Yeah, the whole room is filled with them.
Pae'dor's kind of just look around. Are there any objects other than pictures in here?
It appears to be a photo room, like a gallery.
Gotcha.
So some of it are like landscapes and things, landscape paintings. Others are still lifes, and then the majority of them, though, are portraits, either family portraits or individual pictures of various people. And you see, it's a lot of them are these same three, these two elves, and then this other elf, this younger one.
I think Pae'dor's fascinated, mostly because they really haven't seen another high elf past Siron.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just looking around and being like, wow, they look different. That's cool.
Does Pae'dor want to try out the form for size?
We can try and see if they can.
Yeah.
I think because they've been fascinated by it, it would be a total unintentional thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think that would happen as they observe it.
Yeah. And you've been practicing anyway.
Yeah, that's 15.
That's a 15. So you don't do a great job, but you probably shift a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Sai's voice call out nearby. Pae'dor, where'd you go?
Coming. And Pae'dor will scurry out of the room.
Sai, when you do catch a glimpse of Sai. He's working on something else. He's got like a book in his hand and a quill in the other. And he looks up at you and he kind of stops for a moment. You look a bit different today, Pae'dor.
Oh, is it bad?
No. Did you find your way into the gallery?
Mm-hmm.
He looks suddenly very sad.
Am I at a higher level than he is currently?
As far as like an elevation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're one floor higher than him.
Okay. Pae'dor's gonna kind of trot back down and get close up to him.
What's wrong?
Well, you look like someone who was very dear to me.
Pae'dor's gonna freak out and try to change it.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry. Oh no.
It's all right, Pae'dor. Sai will kind of tussle your hair. It's okay.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, I was putting together a list of things that we would need for a while, and I wasn't sure if you would want to maybe help me out.
I'll help you with anything, Sai.
I know you said you wanted to go to the big city.
Really?
And I thought if I gave you a list of things to buy, you could put your reading skills to the test as well.
You mean it?
He nods, smiles, and he tears a page out of the book, rolls it up, and hands it to you. I mean it. Consider it a test. Final exam.
You got it. Thank you, Sai.
Thank you, Pae'dor.
I think Pae'dor's kind of learned how to smile finally. At this point, it's still a little toothy, but it definitely looks lot less forced now.
How long does it take to get there?
Orneska's not too terribly far from here. You okay?
That was Kyle sneezing.
I have broken the immersion.
It's all ruined.
Okay.
2 or 3 days from here, he explains that there's a bridge somewhat nearby. You can cross the river.
It was so close.
Yeah.
Pae'dor got distracted by interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
The rock tree.
Yeah.
I will be home before you know it.
Good. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Pae'dor looks like they're fidgeting for a second, and then they just gently place their hand on his shoulder and smiles and turns around to go gather their things.
Sai just has a smile and leaves you to it.
Alright, gather my pelts, got my helmet on, got my bow, got all my normal stuff for being outside. My pelt is very clean.
Mm-hmm. I imagine over the 6 months you would have been ranging around the area around the tower quite a bit.
Kind of learning the
Free time.
area.
Yeah, in your free time, so it's not like you've been cooped up in a tower for 6 months.
True, but I'm going somewhere for a while.
Yeah.
So,
and I also imagine that during your time there, he's shown you maps, like real maps.
well, he's been educating Pae'dor.
Yeah,
so
he's been trying to teach Pae'dor as much basics as he can.
I think that works just fine. So,
All right. Well, if you're ready to try to venture to Orneska, you're welcome to.
I am. Like, before Pae'dor leaves the door, they kind of turn back in and call out, "See you soon!"
See you, Pae'dor. I'll be waiting.
Good.
And they close the door behind them. And they start with a light jog, I think. They're very excited.
All right. So, in short order, you find yourself east of the tower, back over to the river, and sure enough, you find the bridge leading across the river. And from there, it's a simple journey to the northeast to get to Orneska.
Cool.
Give me a survival check, please.
Can do. Ooh, 24.
Not only do you travel in style. You are able to catch food, get all the fruits and vegetables you could want out of the woods, and you arrive in Orneska 2 days later.
Alright, I'm gonna open up the scroll and see what I need to get.
All right, you arrive.
Oh, there's a map.
Of course, there's a map.
I'm just excited. I like new maps. It's fun.
As you approach Orneska, you scarcely believe it exists. This place is enormous, impossibly enormous.
Oh.
Like, this is a metropolis. There must be thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people living here. There are buildings, all shapes and sizes. There are massive towers reaching into the skies. I mean, this place is a feat of engineering and magic that Pae'dor cannot even possibly express into words. There's just such an overwhelming amount of stuff going on here
Mm-hmm.
that it's impossible to process.
So, Pae'dor's just sitting there, like, a bit, if you will, starstruck by the town.
Oh, sure.
They're frozen in time for a moment.
Wow.
Okay. And Pae'dor will unroll their piece of paper and see what they need to find.
All right. It is a list of, like, alchemical reagents.
Okay.
Things like, well, I'm not even going to get into the
Yeah.
weirdness of it. It's a list of alchemical reagents.
Sure.
So weird bits of animals, different kinds of extracts of things, and just for the most part, a lot of strange little thises and that's, things that he couldn't source easily from where he was.
Gotcha. So, I guess Pae'dor would have to talk to people, but just for player knowledge, would there be one area for a big marketplace here?
There are markets in town, but Pae'dor has no idea where they would be.
Okay, so Pae'dor would go in, I assume, from the White Road?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
And they'll try to muster up the courage to ask someone for directions.
All right, that would be a diplomacy check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. 14?
All right, so you stop a few people that are along the side of the road, and you do your best to ask where you can get the things on this list. They look at you like you are, well, I guess for lack of a better word, disabled in one way or another.
Oh.
And they do their best to try to explain to you where the market is.
Mm-hmm.
So they explain to you that it is in the old town in the north central part of the city.
Thank you very much.
They say it's okay, and, well, welcome to Oraneska, and try not to be out at night.
You
especially
got
if you're
it.
traveling alone.
Pae'dor almost asks why, but they're afraid they'd be a bother.
Hmm.
And they head on over to the area that the people described for the market.
Okay. You begin traveling up into that direction, and you see that the city is crowded with people and merchants and animals, and there's activity everywhere, and you can scarcely believe just how jam-packed the place is. Because the woods are always quiet, contemplative. You know, you can hear everything. And in here, there's so much noise that everything's drowning each other out.
I think Pae'dor's kind of going in circles a little bit, observing too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're definitely getting a sensory overload for sure.
Must concentrate for Siron. Okay, let's see.
And Pae'dor will go over to get the animal bits first, because I think they can at least see where someone's chopping up animals pretty easily, compared to the other things where they'd have to ask, do you have something like this? Do you have something like this?
So you find a few different people that are selling some items on your list, and you do your best, and you talk to the people, and you barter, and you end up maybe succeeding. Give me another diplomacy check.
Oh god. Another 14.
All right. So you're able to talk your way through a few people. You buy some things, and you kind of like cross these items out on the list mentally, and you're like, you're feeling good about yourself. You're accomplishing this. Like your big test, and you're doing it.
Pae'dor has a dumb smile on their face. They look really excited. Alright, so what do I have left on this list? How much more?
Oh, just a few other stranger ingredients, like some powdered things that would have only be available in like an alchemist store.
Okay, so Pae'dor's gonna look for something like that then.
Okay.
Looking around, looking for powders, looking for stranger, more alchemy-based little stores and shops.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to find any?
Yeah, so you find this little quiet alchemist shop, and inside you find an elderly elf, one that must be truly ancient to look that old as an elf. And give me another diplomacy check to try to barter.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 13.
Success.
Oh, thank God.
You buy the last of the items on your list, pack them away in your satchel, and you feel like you've really done it. You've completed everything on your list, and you've just barely gotten here. Like, you've only been in town for like maybe 2 hours top. That's not long enough, right? You've been waiting so long to see this place after hearing about it. It seemed like a shame to leave already, wouldn't it?
Well, what time is it? What does the sky look like?
It's late afternoon.
Oh, just afternoon? Then Pae'dor's gonna go exploring a little bit before they head down the White Road again.
Yeah, exactly. So is there
I hate when you use that voice, by the way.
So is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Would there be any, like, open spaces where a lot of people would be other than at the market? Something a smidge more quiet? Like a park of some kind, maybe? I think that would help Pae'dor be able to still observe, but not be overwhelmed.
You don't really know where these things are without asking, but you can ask.
Yeah. Diplomacy?
You know, diplomacy.
Nat 20!
Nice. So you find someone who gives you the exact directions, and they say that if you take this road south and then go east to the old town, and then when you reach the Y-shaped fork in the road, you take the right fork down toward the south road, and you reach the city park.
Thank you so much.
And you travel down that way. You go through one of the main thoroughfares of the city.
Pae'dor's just looking up and around on their way.
You get to the area of the city known as the Spires, which appears to be like the most supremely advanced part of the city. Like, the people that live here must be so wealthy. The buildings there are all works of art.
Are they similar to...
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
None of them are quite like Siren's Tower, but they're similar.
In a way, mentally, like, Pae'dor's puffing their chest out like, well, Siren's was better, so this place is cool, though.
And you turn a corner and you see some green space. And unlike the green space in the that you're used to out in the woods, this is much more ordered, much more regimented. Everything is in its place. Everything is in geographic patterns. Everything's in rows or in formations. It's like the nature here has been controlled and grown in a very specific, precise way to make it more aesthetically pleasing, maybe? But it kind of, almost to you, would come off as being slightly unnatural.
Yeah. Pae'dor's a little confused by this. He's walking around looking at the weird structure of everything, but it's still nice that there's still greenery here. Very weird greenery. Even though it's all natural, it's still off in a way. You're
Everything
doing
all
it.
right? You hear a voice call. Or, well, not call, but you hear a voice speak out from behind you.
Pae'dor turns around. They instinctively have their hand on their dagger inside their pelts.
You turn and you see an elf wearing hunting leathers with a cloak, a bit of fur around their neck. They have a staff as well as a bow and a sword. That is what they look like.
Okay.
It doesn't look quite right, does it?
No.
The trees aren't supposed to be growing in perfect rows like this.
Should be more wild, yes?
Yeah, it should.
Pae'dor's looking this person up and down, confused why they're talking to them mostly.
This person appears to be a wood elf, like Ferrith.
Pae'dor's going to nod politely and then start to walk away. They're nervous.
I could tell that you didn't like the way the plants looked. Made me think that you weren't exactly a city type. Am I right?
Yes, I grew up in the forest.
Yeah, I could tell.
I think Pae'dor, when they tried to walk away, when this person talked again, they were like shoulder to shoulder to them. So, of course, since they talked again, Pae'dor stopped for a moment. They're trying not to look at this person.
Is everything all right?
Yes.
You seem a bit jumpy.
Apologies. The last wood elf I met was not very nice to me.
You have an interesting manner of speech. if I may
I'm
be so
sorry.
bold.
Pae'dor takes another step forward.
The elf turns and takes a step after you.
Anyways, I need to be headed home.
And where is home exactly?
Forest.
Is it?
Hmm.
It's not Odorai, is it?
No.
Pae'dor's starting to quicken their pace slightly. Is
The
this
elf
person
keeps-
still following me?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the elf
dear.
is still following you. I pride myself on my abilities, you know. I'm a tracker by trade.
Oh shit. I don't think Pae'dor knows what that means.
You will have to forgive me. I don't understand.
Well, I find things, and I find people, and sometimes people, well, they want other people found.
I think Pae'dor has a very quick twitch of their head back to where I don't think Pae'dor has been very violent since being with Siren.
Right.
I'm getting weird deja vu. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
But this is the closest to the look of someone who could kill you that Pae'dor has had in a long time. This is their wolf instincts kicking in a little bit. This is them as if a dog nipped at another dog's paws, as if to warn them.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, stop that. That was kind of that head jerk back with their eyes almost glowing in anger.
The ranger does not flinch.
Pae'dor puts their helmet down and starts to walk faster away.
I think we need to talk.
No, we do not. I need to go home.
But you don't have a home here.
I do. I have a home.
No, I'm afraid you don't. You see, like I said, I pride myself on my ability to track.
Leave me alone.
You have a very unique scent. The elf ranger kind of smells the air, just like overly exaggerated.
As she's walking behind me?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I need you to leave me alone.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Why not?
Like I said, there are people that, well, have an interest in you.
I will scream.
Oh, you can if you'd like, but I don't think it's going to help you very much. You see, I'm not alone. I may seem like I'm here by myself, but I have lots of friends. See?
Pae'dor's eyes under the mask are going everywhere looking for escape areas.
She points out a few people some of them are on nearby rooftops. Others are behind trees or seemingly like normal people standing around minding their own business. But she points out a few of them saying they're here as part of her group.
I need to go back to my father. Please leave me alone.
I think you and I both know that you don't have a father anymore.
I do. Please leave me alone. I have to go back to him. I have the things he sent me to get.
If it will make you feel better, I'll deliver them myself.
No, I have to.
Once I take you where you need to go.
No.
I'm afraid...
Pae'dor runs.
Alright.
They're gonna go lunge forward, and they try to run with all four of their appendages.
Okay, so what's going to happen is I would like you to make a reflex save.
Okay. Ooh, 11.
Hard luck. Alright, well that was a short race. Okay.
Shit.
So you try to run away, and as soon as you do, the grass that you're running on seems to reach up and grab you. You're being grappled by the very plants on the ground, and they hold you in place.
Pae'dor's trying to claw at them with their hands.
As many as you rip out, they simply grow back. Now, the elf ranger will walk over and kind of kneel down next to you. I know this must be hard, but you have to understand your kind aren't allowed in these woods anymore. The ruling councils have all made it very clear that your kind are dangerous and not to be tolerated.
I am an elf.
No, I'm afraid you aren't.
Leave me alone.
And listen, I have no interest in killing you. You know that, right? If I did, you wouldn't have even talked to me. But I have to follow the orders that I'm given as well. So what I'm going to do is take you somewhere away from here, where we will be safe from you, and you will be safe from us.
But please, I need to go back to him.
The ranger will reach over and take the satchel off of you. Say, don't worry, I'll make sure this goes home.
Pae'dor, of course, had their mask on when they ran, but for what it's worth, there's definitely teardrops dripping from that chin area.
Mm-hmm. So, 2 other elves are going to walk in from a direction you aren't able to look because you're being held down.
Mm-hmm.
And they are carrying a sack.
Why? I am good. Why do the wood elves do this?
It's not just the wood elves. Well, this was all passed by high elves. I'm just the tracker that found you.
But he is a high elf.
A sympathizer, too. Well, that's an interesting charge.
Pae'dor's eyes widen.
No, don't hurt him.
Interesting. Well, I think there might be a bonus in this for all of us. What do you think? The other elves will nod and speak agreements.
Please.
All right. Well, I think that you have definitely been an eventful day and a fine catch. It was a good hunt, for what it's worth. She nods to the other elves who reach down and pick you up off the ground and place you into a sack, which they quickly tie the end shut.
Pae'dor's trying to claw at it.
Yeah, and your fingernails are just insufficient.
All right, I have a dagger.
It appears they've stripped you of your weapons.
Ah, shit. Oh,
You could try to bite at it.
I'll try to bite at it.
Okay. You work on that for a while. So you feel yourself being carried, and eventually you are thrown into, you're not sure, a wooden floor, but it's moving.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's very dark in this bag. You don't like it.
Can I open it at all if they threw me in here?
No, the end is... There appears to be something tying the end shut. Maybe it's a knot, a bit of rope or something.
Alright, I'll keep biting at it.
You keep biting at it and chewing. Eventually, you hear a voice coming from next to you saying, you know, if you try to chew through that, I'm just going to kick you.
Pae'dor slowly drops it. They're going back to their more animal instincts currently.
It's no hard feelings, you know. We're simply following the law.
There's quiet whimpers from within the bag as Pae'dor cries.
So, some time is going to pass.
Oh god. Yeah.
And they will, under guard, they will open the bag and, like, let you out a couple times a day. Either to use, you know, to relieve yourself or to eat or drink. But then it's back into a bag, and if you try to... You can try to make an escape if you'd like, but your likelihood is low to get away from them.
I think if anything, they'd try to bite someone at some point if they get too close.
Oh, that's fine, and I'll let you bite people. That's completely fine. So you bite a couple people, and they end up, you know, becoming a little more rough with you because of that. So maybe now they punch you and kick you a bit more to get you into the bag. And about 4 days pass, and you can't quite tell where you're going, but they're basically moving you south. And eventually, cart stops, and it's not nighttime. Like, they normally only stop at night, and now the cart stops and it's still daytime, so you know something's wrong. The bag is picked up, and you're carried, and before you know it, you're tossed out on the ground. The rope on the end of the bag is opened, and light spills in, and you kind of blink against it, and it's harsh light, harsher than you're used to. Normally, the light of the forest is filtered through the canopy of trees, and it's sort of soft and diffused. Here, the sunlight on your skin is harsh and kind of burns a little bit on it. You look up and you don't see a single tree above you.
I look around then.
You look around and you see a troop of rangers as well as another elf in much stranger looking clothes. It looks like he's wearing like flowing, almost like a dress.
Pae'dor focuses in on this different elf then.
It's the
sitting
elf's
on their
looking at
knees,
you.
I think.
Yeah, you just kind of got spilled out of a bag, so whatever, like maybe like a crouch or something.
Yeah, I think
Well,
their face is kind of dirty,
You're
but there's tear like markings.
And you're sure this is what you said? You know, the ranger nods. Says, oh yes, we're very sure about it. It never tried to change forms, but we're certain that it is changeling. The elf in the long dress nods and said, well, can't have that around here then. Listen up, you can understand my speech.
Of course I can.
Oh, good, that makes this easier. By the decree of the United Councils of the Elven Peoples, you and your kind are exiled from these woods. You understand what that means?
Pae'dor is just glaring at him.
Why?
It is because your kind are dangerous and unpredictable and
I
cannot
am
be trusted.
good.
Look, I'm not here to debate that with you. I'm here to carry out the will of the United Councils. Now look, you are exiled from these woods. Do you understand? You cannot re-enter them.
Why not? I have home.
Not here. He moves his hand in a strange way, and it begins to glow. You feel a strange sensation in your chest, and then you feel almost like your skin is burning right above your heart.
Pae'dor is gonna start screaming then. I don't know what's happening.
It's not, yeah, like you're screaming out, and you don't really know what's going on. Do you want to like look and see what's happening?
Yeah.
There's a mark on your skin now, a symbol that you don't understand. It's right there on your chest, and as you're looking at it, it fades away and is gone, and the pain's gone.
What did you do?
It's a simple spell, but it is to enforce the exile. You are cast out from these lands, and you are not to return. What you do with your life away from here is your own.
All color fades from Pae'dor's face.
Be careful, it's changing. A couple of the elves knock arrows.
You are all idiots. All of you. I don't understand why you would act this way. I came into town for goods, and you attacked me. You are monsters.
Pae'dor was looking at the ground and looks up even more determined.
Well, I think that about wraps our business here. Farewell, Changeling. And just so you know that we never did anything for you, there is a settlement nearby. Just travel south a few days. You can't miss it.
Fuck off.
One of them laughs. They turn and head back into the forest.
Pae'dor just sits there and cries for a little bit. Did they leave my bow and knife at least? Pae'dor looks around for their items.
They're gonna leave your bow and your knife, but they leave you no arrows.
Fuck. Okay.
Even they can't have you shooting at them. Come on.
Pae'dor picks up their equipment, sticks their tongue out back at the people who aren't even there anymore.
They've melted back into the woods. Do you want to try to follow them?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk toward the tree line, and you feel a strange tingling sensation on your chest where that mark was, where you saw it before. Do you want to keep going?
I'm gonna hold my hand out and try to keep going.
Okay. You hold your hand out, and the tingling sensation becomes a burning sensation. And it goes from being a burning sensation to a painful, like you have a horrible rash, or like the skin has gone totally raw on your chest.
Pae'dor jumps back immediately then.
As you move back, the sensation goes away. And if you look at the skin on your chest, it seems perfectly normal.
Pae'dor just rubs their eyes and turns and heads south. Teardrops falling down until they can't cry anymore.
Well, takes us to a new area map.
Oh shit. Vatra!
It's Pae'dor on this map. So, a little bit of time passes and you travel south from the forest. Your heart is heavy and your eyes sting with tears. How could they have done this? Why would they have done this? You didn't hurt anyone. You've never hurt anyone. And yet, they keep turning on you. You walk while thinking about it, and before you know it, you can see something on the horizon. You see a collection of buildings. These are stubby and ugly compared to the ones you saw recently. People who live here must also be stubby and ugly. Build such ugly buildings.
Yeah, that makes sense for Pae'dor's thinking.
I go in?
All right. So you enter the city, and it is not a small place, but it is far smaller than Oraneska.
And it's shaped like a bird head.
Is that it?
It
Is that what
is.
it's shaped like?
Yeah, it's got a beak, it's got an eye in the middle.
I guess the beak's even called Ravenhook, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't even notice that. That's kind of cool.
It's the shape of a bird.
So you wander into town, and you aren't really quite sure what you're doing here, honestly.
I think Pae'dor's just wandering because they don't know what else to do. Currently, their instincts are keeping them afoot.
But with no arrows, you don't really have the ability to hunt right now. So it's becoming dark, and you're walking. You've gotten into the town, and you've turned, and you're walking down some of the streets. And the buildings here, like I said, they're squat and ugly, and they're very square. There's so many sharp angles. They're dumb looking.
Pae'dor's glaring at everything.
This place is stupid.
But they keep walking.
You look lost.
Mm.
Hear someone call out to you.
They look
Everything.
back over their shoulder.
You see a skinny-looking being with stubby ears and kind of dirty-looking clothes with patched bits and sewn into them. Person's got a thin neck and a tall, skinny head and a big nose, and they just sort of look, for lack of a better term, gangly.
What do you want?
I just said you look lost, that's all.
Yeah.
We don't often get folks like you around here.
What do you mean?
Elves. He taps his ears. We don't often get elves out here.
Pae'dor rolls their eyes.
I think I hate elves, so...
And they kind of start to keep walking again.
Hey, where are you going?
Mm.
The figure kind of walks up and catches pace with you. You hate elves?
Yeah.
Kind of silly coming from one themselves, but, you know, I suppose that kind of attitude can be pretty normal around here.
Look,
Elves aren't really popular in this town either.
you don't... Wait. Sorry. They're not popular?
Not really. No, this is Florica. Home sweet home.
Well, I'm not an elf, so...
No, you could have fooled me.
You really don't want to be around me.
Why is that? You're the most interesting person I've seen all day.
Trouble seems to follow me.
I mean, people have called me trouble before, so that makes sense, right?
Pae'dor's fucking pissed right now. They just turn to him and stare at him, and they're gonna try to make their ears rounded.
Really?
Yeah.
Make a roll.
They're in a bad mood. And I figure being angry makes it a little easier on them.
Your ears stunt and become stubby like a human's. Your features become more rounded like a human's. And this person looks at you and their eyes kind of go a little wide and their mouth draws into a smile. You aren't an elf, are you?
No, and you should really leave me alone.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we're gonna be good friends. The person, like, wipes their hands off on their pants and holds their hand out. The name's Bog.
Just looks at his hand.
The name's Bog. Put her there.
They raise an eyebrow, which I think after 6 months of being with an elf, they can definitely do now.
They finally figured out how to raise eyebrows.
Yeah.
So here is a portrait
Oh my.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I mean, well, let's put it this way. And don't take this the wrong way, but you seem like a bit of a freak.
Do you want me to stab you?
I'm just saying that, well, I know where you can go.
Pae'dor's looking him over.
You got any arrows?
Sure. Here, come along. He kind of waves you, kind of beckons you to follow him, and he takes you down a street if you'll follow
Pae'dor
him.
shrugs and just takes out their fucking knife.
Okay.
He takes out his knife as well. He's like, "That's a pretty good knife you got." His knife is much more crude than yours. Or wait, is this your crude?
This is my dagger from Ferrith.
Oh, from Ferrith. Okay, yeah, then it's an elven dagger. That's a fancy weapon. Jeez. Yeah. Wow. I mean, look at this piece of shit. He like shows it to you.
Pae'dor looks unamused.
Oh.
You act weird.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Hey guys, look who I found. Out of the streets, he takes you down like an alleyway, and like peeking out from different like barrels or crates or pieces of garbage, crawl out a few other people.
Pae'dor's looking at them one by one, seeing where their weak spots are pretty much.
They all seem to be adolescents. They're all like teens, basically.
Oh, like Pae'dor.
Yeah, some of them are young, some of them are a little older. You would guess they're somewhere between the ages of 12 and 15. Even Bog doesn't seem that old. He's maybe 15.
Gotcha.
So these other kids are going to crawl out of the woodwork, basically. And Bog is going to introduce his friends to you and say, he introduces you to Deke, Maisie, and Balkos.
Hello.
You guys aren't going to believe this. Look what our new friend can do. Do the thing with the ears.
I don't want to be one again.
Oh, well, can you do something else?
Pae'dor's gonna try to change their eye color and
Okay.
perhaps their stature a bit more,
All right.
since they
Give me
have
a
more of
roll.
an elven stature.
Gotcha.
Still. Ooh, 47.
All right, that's successful. You change your eye color and your stature shifts slightly. And the other three kids all flip out and exclaim how cool that was.
Really?
Yeah!
You do realize I'm dangerous.
What do you mean?
People don't like me. They want to kill me when they see this.
The kids are like genuinely confused about that. Like, why? That's such a
don't
cool
know.
thing. I mean, we can't like some of them are like the little kid is like he wishes he could become taller.
I'm not very tall to begin with.
So these four youths are going to share like they're gonna have a little fire that they can start there between some buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to share what little food they have with you. It seems that they have some dried meat, some vegetables that one of them, quote unquote, found in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Like half a loaf of bread. And the four of them all share food, and they all ask you to join them.
Okay, thank you.
So as the four of them sit around this little fire and share a meal with you, they all start talking about, they ask you like a little bit about yourself, but they tell you that they're all kind of downtrodden in society here. Like they've all kind of been kicked around and forgotten, and they consider themselves the misfits of the town.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that like the one like Bog kind of starts to speak wistfully, and he says that, you know, today we might be the misfits eating some stale bread in an alley. One of these days we're gonna run this town. And the other kids are like, hear, hear.
Pae'dor's watching intently at everyone's mannerisms, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
How do
So-
you plan on doing that?
Well, we're going to do what we have to. We're going to do what we've always done. We're going to make people respect us. We're going to make people treat us right. And we're going to take what we deserve because we're tired of being kicked around.
Pae'dor nods. They think for a moment.
Not to be too much on your territory, but who is the highest in this place?
What? You mean like in our group or like in the town?
The town.
Oh, well, probably the mayor.
So we take him down?
Someday, I'm sure.
Why not today?
Pae'dor's
all
just
look at-
blinking.
All the kids kind of like look at each other and then look back at you and they're like, you're pretty crazy. But we like that.
I warned you before you talked to me.
Bog laughs. Yeah, you did. Well, how'd you like to join us, Pae'dor?
Why do you want me?
Well, you seem like one of us. And we stick with ourselves. We look out for each other.
That's fine, but again, I'm going to warn you, trouble follows me.
Oh, good. We could use some trouble.
Oh, small but genuine, relaxed smile kind of appears on Pae'dor's face.
And it seemed that for a moment, Pae'dor has found friends.
They'll take it.
People who are just as beaten and downtrodden as Pae'dor. And I want you to know something. The next 5 years pass.
Wow, they're 20 now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
The next 5 years pass, and
God!
your little group goes from hiding in the streets at night to being a real force to be reckoned with in the town of Florica. I think you've actually already met Bog.
Yeah, I have. Quite the glow up, as the kids would say.
Yeah. Some kids are awkward when they're adolescents, right?
Yeah.
So some time will pass, and before you know it, there was a heist that went wrong, as sometimes heists do. And as you're kind of waiting for this crooked merchant to figure out what he's going to do with you, whether he's going to beat you to death or whether he's going to try to sell you into slavery, the wall explodes. A couple of your friends come in, bushwhack the guy, cut your bonds, and haul you out into the street.
A mischievous smile, but subtle one, is there.
Took you long enough.
Yeah. Well, you can thank this one for getting you out. They toss you a bag with your weapons in it.
Pae'dor sorts the weapons on them normally. They look over to... Who were they saying?
They are pointing out a person...
You put it as Moomin?
Yeah? What was I supposed to put it as?
Fuck.
You see a really charming looking human, but they seem extremely embarrassed / scared, but your friends indicate that this person has sprung you and blown up the wall of that house.
Thanks.
I mean, it's nothing. And the person turns and immediately walks away. Bog turns and looks at you and says, "Man, why do you always gotta be so monosyllabic, Pae'dor?"
It's a stranger, not my fault.
Yeah, well, look, that heist could have gone better, but I mean, you did get away with a bit of his stuff, so I think all things considered, successful heist.
That one was my bad.
Bog gives you a fist bump.
Pae'dor will happily return it. Again,
you
though.
and
Took you way too long. I thought you'd do better than that normally.
Well, you know how things can go. You try to figure a plan to get you out. Doesn't quite work. You know, you think about it for a while, and then the answer sort of falls in your lap. It's fate, right?
As usual.
Well, let's get out of here and spin some of this shit, shall we?
Yes, please. I am tired of being a sitting lump. Spent enough time in my lifetime doing that.
So, you and your group travel back to your lair, your hideout, your fortress, and spend some of your ill-gotten gains on a wonderful little feast for yourselves.
Pae'dor teasingly, while walking back, points to Bog. Next time you get tied up.
Not likely.
It's your turn.
They gotta catch me first, and they only seem to catch you.
I'm way faster than you. I taught you to run that way.
He laughs and claps you on the back. And that is where we will fade to black. On Pae'dor.
They're an adult! Holy shit!
And they've synced up timelines with Moo.
It's true!
Thanks for listening to Snake Eyes. As always, special thanks to William Succi for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or, want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time!